Ladies and gentlemen, what guan? It's your boy, Total Mac, aka TVD Mac, aka Six Flair back from vacation, like National Lampoon's Merry Christmas. This is another edition of the No Pyro podcast. Hope your extended week and weekend went swell. Joining me first, as always, Swervy Lee, aka Swervy Atmos, aka SVS Swerve, aka Swollen Powell, FKA Yoko Tuna, aka I'm off until 21 hit. You know what I mean? What's good with you, dog?
Not much, man. Just trying to make the best of this time off during this pandemic. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. So I got a question about your strategy because what the people don't know is Swerve ain't take much time off. So the Jo hit him like, yo, listen, dog. We got a threshold we need you to kind of hit for your PTO, and this fourth quarter of the year, I mean, you kind of need to use some of that PTO. We're gonna have to strangle your ass. So I know next year we still looking like, pandemic Pete Briscoe, and you gonna use your time early in the year, or what you gonna do? You gonna stack it like you did this year? How's that gonna work?
Well, if things go according to my plan for next year, I hope to probably take a week early in order to do some, moving and shaking.
Okay.
But other than that, I'll maybe just take some time off around my birthday, and I'll let the rest, you know, settle to the end of the year. Because it's nice to be off during the holidays a little bit longer than just your normal couple of days between Christmas and New Year's. Because that's when you get most of the crappy weather, and who feels like going outside if you have to anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Exactly. I feel you. All right. Thanks for that wellness check. Appreciate you. As always, last but not least, the funkiest of the cohorts. Not spell sense, but like you know, character wise. His name is No Chill Drew, aka EGB, aka Dollarita Drew, aka the Applebee's Don, aka
AKA, I was waiting for you to hop on the Skype so I cracked the can. So,
Yo, it's the last show of the year, Drew. You can't like hold off for 2.5 seconds.
honestly, I forgot all about it.
All right, let's see if I can knock it out the park for the last episode. You are drinking a twisted tea.
What?
I'll say you are drinking a twisted tea.
No, no, I'm not. I'm not smashing anyone in the face yet. I am, however, drinking a Mountain Dew.
Oh damn. All right. My bad, man. How was your weekend, man?
My weekend was very nice, and I'm looking forward to another long weekend.
Nice. Now, I know Christmas was this weekend, the holiday that everybody in at least North America celebrates, at least primarily everyone. A lot of gift giving, a lot of coal, a lot of clothes, a lot of cookies for Santa, and if you were lucky enough, a lot of consoles. One of our very own happened to be one of those lucky kids. Uab Jeff texted me, or he sent me a message rather, and said, "Look, Mac, you're not the only one now." And
This
Jeff,
motherfucker, I
Mister
oh,
never,
Mister,
I
I'm gonna wait till the
never
bugs are worked
want to
out.
hear him say, "Oh, I'm broke. I don't have money. I'm poor." Ever fucking again.
Uab, I didn't know I was setting you up for a tongue lashing from Drew. My bad, fam.
I don't
Mister,
want to hear that shit
he, he,
ever fucking again.
he was Mister. I'm gonna wait till the bugs are worked out before I get one. Now he's got one.
I mean, come on, man. It's kind of hard to like hold off when you got it in your cart. Kind of hard.
I don't want to fucking hear it from him ever again. If I hear him say anything similar to that, if I hear him say anything that rhymes with broke, hey, how's that PS5 treating you? Nice. Oh, okay.
So when did he tell you that he popped on this, Drew? Because the people want to know.
So when did I find out that he got a PS5?
Yeah.
Literally just right now. When you told me.
I found out on Christmas.
So wait, I'm just didn't tell you.
No.
Wait a minute. wait. I don't want to like cause a rift.
Too late.
So hold up. He texts you too, Swerve, on Christmas?
I got a message in my my Facebook messages, and it was a PS5, and I said, "Oh, thanks, man, for gifting me a PS5."
Oh my. Well, listen, I can bet any amount of money that I have right now that Drew is probably texting Jeff. Like, what the fuck, man?
No, you know what? I just found out I'm getting one for my distant uncle. My uncle Rob Uop is going to be gifting me a PS5.
Oh shoot, Rob Ooh. Someone's getting to pay the house visit, huh?
Oh my God, I didn't know you had relatives in town, Drew.
Just like Jesus, I'll show up like a thief in the night.
Well, your celebration, I'm sorry, I'm probably certain, thanks to Drew's uncle, is going to be very short-lived. So enjoy it while you can.
Bro, I don't know what happened to your PS5. I can help you look for it right after I stop playing Cyberpunk on my PS5. I don't know what happened.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. I didn't know you didn't know. I'm sorry. I thought you would be the first one out of all of us to know. Unless
I've known this guy for probably 20 years. You met him 3 times.
That was a diabolical plan of his too. He did that on purpose.
he probably waited because he knew
This motherfucker's ribbing me. He wanted a live reaction.
Yeah,
how did he know that we wasn't going to talk about that though until today?
No, he knew. He was like, they're gonna bring this shit up, and I can't wait to hear it. Oh my God. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm sorry, Drew. So yeah, any fun Christmas gifts you guys got for someone, or you got for yourself you want to share, or maybe the process that it took for you to get the gift for the person?
I got some gifts that are coming still in the mail for my girlfriend because the mail works slow. But
it's okay, Drew. Just say you wanted that 50% off. It's all good.
No, it's you know what? Usually shit gets delivered fast, but because of COVID, everything's fucking slower now.
Yeah, I've got like a few or a couple gifts coming for me. I just had a gift come yesterday for the wife, and it took all day to get here. So I don't know. I didn't get anything for Christmas this year besides those consoles. I did get, however, some Atmos speakers. Shout out to Swerve. I'm now pigeonholed into getting a certain type of audio receiver now. So there's that.
Let me just retweet something real quickly. I didn't get anything for Christmas except the 2 consoles and some Apple speakers.
But wait, there's more.
I also got a Microsoft Surface 3.
I didn't get anything for Christmas.
You hear how he dropping the names though? Like they just.
Am I just friends with everyone from the Valley who thinks that having $1 million in their bank account is broke? Like, oh my God, I'm not a billionaire anymore.
Drew, you guys talk to her, man. I don't know what she's doing. I didn't ask for that. I asked for a bullshit $200-$300 Chromebook, and she said no, you can't have that.
Drew, when you said that, it sounded like you flipped your hair. Go ahead, Matt.
Listen, however, I did get it taken away the other day because I did something dastardly. So I no longer have a laptop anymore.
Did you look up the Belle Delphine leak?
Oh my God. No, I did not. I broke something in the house and I got yelled at and the laptop went away.
Mm.
So yeah.
Ain't had it 2 days. I already got on punishment.
Takes me back to my youngin' days, man, you know? I don't want to live those days, but I have to understand, you know, there's consequences and repercussions for my actions. Uh, that was a big bill to pay, so I mean, I paid it. You know, it's all good.
I'm really curious what you broke that made a grown-ass man grounded.
You gotta relax, True. We'll talk off air, man.
Like, fuck, did you pull a Owen Hart and break her neck? Like, what did you break to get a grown-ass man grounded?
Well, all right. Here it is. I was horse playing. And I'm not from the Valley, but let me keep talking.
But I broke the Porsche.
our bed is an adjustable base. And I tried to like do like a nice heavy elbow drop. And one side of the bed went.
Oh no.
Why on earth would you attempt that?
The death stare that I got. You know how you just like back away from a room and you want to close the door as you're backing away from it? That was me. And without even a moment's notice, she says, "Give me the laptop." And I put it in the box and I gave it to her.
When you share a bed with a woman, it's no longer your bed, it's her sanctuary. Remember that.
She told me, "You're not sleeping on the bed tonight. You're sleeping on the couch."
Like, you almost want to get up, leave the room, come in and go, "What happened?"
Listen, I wish I could have. I made dinner yesterday. I was real apologetic, you know. Oh, man. I got into a world of hurt. But I am here before you standing, the same man that I was before I broke the bed, even though I don't have a laptop. But I shall overcome.
You should have asked her. You should have asked her something real quick. You should have said, "Oh, baby, what you learn? Sleep on a broken bed."
She would have got the Robert reference, and she would have said, "Yeah, no, we don't do R. Kelly up in here." Nah, bro. I tried, man. I tried. So yeah. We are 3 days away from a brand new year. 2020 was a hell of a year. Not just politics, not just music, sports, entertainment, COVID-19, phrase of the year. It will be the phrase of the decade. So when we're bringing in 2030, we're going to be talking about this because this is a lasting impact. It changed everything about how we live, how we communicate, how we travel, how we work, how we leisure. And we want to kind of sum up this year by doing what we do best. This today, yes, we teased it before on last week's episode on Twitter, the wrestling world. We have some awards to give out. It is the third annual Jabroni Awards by the No Pyro Podcast. Producer, bring my music in. That's right. We have categories such as Match of the Year, Pay-Per-View of the Year, the coveted Jabroni and Jabronette of the Year, and of course, everyone's favorite, the Nathan Jones Hall of Fame nominations. I can't wait. So we'll get to that later. We got a packed studio audience. They've been tested. They're good. We've got awards to give out, and we've got some laughs to have. We also have something else, but we'll get to that when we get to it, by one of our own, the Avid one. Little tease. So we can't wait to jump into that. We also have our two correspondents chiming in, Uap Jeff and Avi, with their thoughts on the awards for this year.
Might as well call those the AEW awards.
Well, yeah. Those are the red carpet awards. Like, while the real stars are like getting interviewed, bottom of your screen you can find the winners for their awards. But we won't do them dirty. We'll involve them. We'll involve them.
Hey, just so you know, I'm ready to die on this hill tonight.
Oh my God. When hasn't there been an award show that you just haven't been falling on your sword and on it?
I'm ready to die about it.
Yeah, you ready to die, but hey, when Swervy says he's ready to die about it, y'all need to get y'all tape decks ready. All right. Starting off today's episode, we hate doing this, but
are you really gonna segue after Swervy just said ready to die about it into this?
yo, I didn't even put two and two together.
Maybe we should.
And I'm an asshole for Rick Bogner.
Oh,
This is gonna be a fucking episode.
We'll go to something else. Go to commercial, damn it. We'll be right back after these messages.
Okay, so I guess we should get into it though. Unfortunately, this past weekend, Brody Lee passed away at the age of 41. Originally, when I had seen the report, it was only on AEW's Twitter and nothing on Google or anything. So I had originally assumed, okay, is AEW really doing this? Are they doing the Vince McMahon exploding limo? Like that was my first thought. Like I was actually like legitimately just like, yo, this is bad. But then I saw one or two Google articles show up, and then I saw the WWE guys chiming in. And then it's like, okay, this is real.
Why would you have thought that though, having never seen like any kind of angle? You thought they would just do something like that, just
because it's usually when you see something like that, like there's a bunch of Google articles. There's already like it's already broken on the dirt sheets, but there was nothing, and like there was no even word that he was like in a state where it was like, hey, he could pass away or something. It was just like out of nowhere, AEW just post memoriam. And like, I'm just, when you don't see anything from Google and you don't see anything from anyone else, it's kind of like, okay, is this real or is this a work? Because let's face it, AEW has done some things in the past that were like, maybe not. But yeah, I guess what's happened was this kind of explains why he dropped the TNT belt so quickly after winning it. He dropped the belt on October 7th, 2 weeks after he won it. And then it looks like almost immediately after he lost the belt, he was admitted to the ICU in the Mayo Clinic, where he spent the next 2 months until he passed. He passed from a non-COVID lung issue. It looks like it was a lung illness that was confirmed to be non-COVID related.
So they'll really have to determine what that was, right?
Yeah, they haven't said like what the actual illness was. It's just that it was a lung illness. Now, fans in attendance for last week's AEW stated that it was a little bit odd because after the show went off the air, they did a thing where they brought Brody's wife and son in the ring, and they did like a skit with the Elite, and saying, "Oh, you can join the Elite," but then the Dark Order showed up and helped Brody Jr. beat Kenny Omega for the title, which is something that's very much like a Connor Curish type of thing, where it's like, "Hey, the kid pinned the champion," and a lot of people in attendance were like, "That's cute. I don't really understand what this is for. Is this for like being the Elite or something?" Like a lot of people are just confused.
Mhm.
But now looking into it, it looks like they were well aware that Brody was not going to be lasting long, and so they're doing something nice for his kid to remember.
Wow.
So what is happening now is AEW was supposed to be running their New Year's Bash show this upcoming week and the week after. That's been postponed. So this upcoming week on Dynamite is going to be the Brody Lee Memorial Show, where a lot of the matches are actually booked by his son. So his son is putting together like, I want to see this guy wrestle this guy. They're doing something nice for the family. I guess according to the family, they've definitely taken care of them. So that's definitely good on AEW. But yeah, it's going to be more of a memorial show this week. And then the following week, they're going to start the New Year's Bash stuff.
That stinks, man. To lose a family member, any time of the year. But when you celebrate, and you see everyone else celebrating and everyone cheering and being joyful about the holidays, and you lose a family member around that time,
The day after Christmas.
it never, ever leaves you, ever. So, man, just condolences to the Huber family. Also, know, like, one word that comes to mind when I heard this, because Drew, Texas, and I was shocked. I hit up Puff Bob Bagwell, shocked. It's like out of left field. No one saw this coming. Of course, how could you? But this one was just one of those ones that had you taken aback. Not like, the wrestler death that you hear 65, 70 years old, 55, and you can say, oh, well, he's a wrestler, and that old stigma, that's sort of disappearing, because this one was a stunner, and sad to hear.
Yeah, he got a lot of love and support on like Twitter, especially that I noticed from a lot of people, a lot of different coverage that I never ever seen. As far as pop up on my phone cover a wrestler's passing before, so you would have thought that you know not to make a comparison in the ring, but based off like the tier of the wrestler versus the coverage that he got, you would have thought it was like Steve Austin or somebody who passed.
Right.
So that just goes to show, I guess, how he really was, this person that everybody says he was in the ring. I mean, outside the ring, I should say. So that's what kind of like I was like, wow, this is a lot here, a lot more than I would expect because unfortunately, you get wrestlers' deaths. It seems like every other month, you know. Um, but he was, in an active, prominent position in AEW, so I get that and everything. But it was just, that was more than I thought I was expecting as far as not from them and not from WWE. I knew that they would do their thing, but I was talking about all the other additional sites and places that cover these things. They normally don't cover that stuff, and that's what I was seeing from them.
Yeah, I agree.
It does look. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, a lot of different media outlets, or I'll second that. Which I'm like, isn't like The Miz or somebody who is a higher, more household name type of guy.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look like AEW was well aware that his condition in ICU was real bad from the start. Because if you notice, when he left TV, they never really made any mention of him on TV and never really alluded to him coming back. So it does look like they were well aware that this might be something where he might not pull through. So I'm not sure how what he had, but it's something where he was taken off TV and they just didn't even mention it, and nobody really even knew how severe it was until it happened. But one thing that is for sure, when you mentioned that there was a lot of media coverage, that definitely did not stop the bottom feeders from showing up to get their shine. This includes independent wrestler Dylan Bostic. Did you hear about this guy?
I know who this dude is.
What? You know who he is?
I heard of him.
So he was apparently a extra on the first couple episodes of Dynamite and took to Twitter when AEW was getting a lot of media attention because one of their wrestlers passed away to say that in 2019, what's that? Oh, in 2019, he was underpaid. He was told he was going to get paid $200 and was only paid $120. And was very upset that AEW treated him so poorly and so rudely, and tagged Jim Cornette in the Washington Post in his tweet. This led Britt Baker to reply to him, "What a sick human to post this and tag the people you did. The wrestling world is mourning the loss of an amazing friend, husband, and father, and you're bitching about $120. If you're so concerned about professionalism, why did you show up to a TV taping in ripped jeans and a t-shirt?" So, fuck Dylan Bostic. You're going to wait a year to complain about $120, and you're going to wait until the company is trending for something terrible, and you're going to tag Jim Cornette in the Washington Post so that you can get, your fucking rub in your 15 minutes.
Right. Asshole.
I really hope he's never booked again. I know it's a terrible thing to say, like, you don't want people to, lose their way of feeding their family. But I sincerely hope Dylan Bostic is flipping burgers for the rest of his fucking life.
Hey, man, they're making 16 an hour, I think.
Yeah, well, he'll be bitching that he was told it was going to be 20.
Before we move on from this topic, I do want to just sort of make one correlation here. So earlier this year, we had lost, Chadwick Boseman, right, the Black Panther. And he was basically filming right up until the time of his passing. And I was thinking about the match that he had with the match that John Huber had with Cody. And I was thinking, like, well, how bad must he have been feeling during that time where he still decided to have this match and give the title back in that form? And how you have to give him, credit for something like that as opposed to just saying, hey, man, I can't do it. Just take the belt, make up a story, whatever you got to do. He gave it, back to him in the way that you would do with a wrestler if you were going out on your own merit.
Right.
I just thought that was pretty cool. So, R.I.P. to John Huber, man.
Yeah. Before we depart from just giving John his flowers, Bray Wyatt took to Instagram, and I want to read what he said in its entirety about the passing of Brody Lee, Luke Harper, and John Huber. He said, "You were my best friend, my brother, my partner, my Terry Gordy. We changed this whole game because we refused to do it any way but our way. We were always at our best when we were a team. I think we both knew it. We fought like brothers because we were. I'm so goddamn," this word is bleeped out, "this isn't how it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be us fat, bald, and useless running Wyatt family spots at high school gyms in our 70s. Where do we go now? What do I do knowing I'll never hear your condescending sarcasm as I'm riding high? I miss you so much already. I would do anything, just live through our worst moments again. I can't believe you're gone. I'm so sorry, brother. I'm so sorry. You will always be a part of me, whether I like it or not. Without you, everything is different. And I hope a man that truly knows that I am here, not just to say it, but because I love them too. I will make sure your son knows the incredible man you were, not the legends people will tell, but the real you that very few people got to see. I promise I'll put him over clean in dark matches when he's old enough, just like I promised. I'm hurting so bad. I wish I had a chance to say goodbye, but then again, it's Saturday, and you know what that means. Save me a seat next to you wherever you are. That's where I belong. I'll be there when it's my time. Goodbye forever, Brody. I love you. So, heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Heavy stuff. Um, yeah. Well, we don't want to get, too dark because we like to keep things light and laughter. So we definitely want to make sure we bring the mood up and, you know, always keep Brody, Luke, John in our thoughts. Bludgeon Brothers, who didn't love them? The Wyatt family, classic, and his short stint AEW. He was a champion wherever he went. He looked damn good when he debuted at AEW. He'll be sorely missed on our TV sets. Sorely. All right. Drew, what do we have next, man?
Next, we have AEW Dynamite. It was their holiday show. Starting off, we have Chris Jericho and MJF taking on Top Flight. This match was... What's that?
Craig and Day-Day?
MJF and Jericho got the win. That's okay. But afterwards, Hager did get on the microphone and he called out Wardlow for not being here because of a family emergency. Said that he's here, he's working. Wardlow gets a day off, and that's bullshit. So next week, which is actually going to be in 2 weeks, he's challenging Wardlow to a match. I don't think there's anything as far as being kicked out of Inner Circle or anything. It's just these two want a match. So that's what we're getting for the first night of New Year's Bash.
Okay.
Next thing we have in what feels like Deja Vu City, Tony Schiavone interviewing Sting.
Oh my goodness.
Sting is honoring them damn appearances, ain't he?
He really is. So Sting shows up in his fake snow, wearing his own merchandise and his Columbine trench coat, and keeps on pointing up at Darby Allin. So I guess this is how they get Darby Allin over. They just have Sting talk about him. Eventually, Team Taz shows up, and looks like they're going to come down to, take out Sting. But Darby Allin shows up, and the Turtle Kid scares off everyone in Team Taz.
Like, if they're going to really lean into this, Darby Allin has to get a spike bat.
I mean, he probably will, honestly. I mean, he's wearing a jacket full of thumbtacks. I mean, that's got to be fucking next. And he's probably going to have Bam Margera hit him over the fucking head with it.
Have you guys been catching the cutscenes, or not the cutscenes, but the promos that Tony...
Somebody's playing PS5 way too much when they're saying cutscenes.
Whatever, Drew. promos that they're shooting with Tony and Tony, or Tony and Tony on Impact.
Yes.
Did you? I mean, is that like a separate segment, or you and Tony?
Yeah, it's its own segment.
Okay, all right. I'll shut up.
Yeah. No. Oh no. I thought you were asking like if we've seen it. Yeah. No, I've seen it. They're actually pretty good.
No, they are. Especially the last holiday one where he's like, I can buy the tag team division if I wanted to, or I can bring over anybody I want. I'm actually scouting talent right now.
Yeah.
And of course, Shivani was there talking about Sting. Shivani, he looks like a Make-A-Wish kid.
He does.
And he's just standing there. He's smiling at the camera. You know what? I think it might be the beard for me. He has to cut it off.
Shivani looks like a golf commentator who had to fill in for Susie Culper.
Yes. Shivani looks out of sorts. And he's got like the fan t-shirt on. Give me a 3-piece or a 2-piece. Cut the beard off, Tony. And then we can talk.
Yo, I can go for a 3-piece right about now.
Two sides?
Man, listen, and a biscuit.
Come on, man. Shit. 2 biscuits, man. Why you playing?
Nah, that's overkill for me, bro. The biscuits is thick.
Yeah,
Shivani, he looks like he runs a surfboard shop.
Yeah. He looks like the guy that you run into at the store when you're 17. You're like, bro, I look 14. Can you please buy me beer because they won't sell it to me? He looks like he'll do it.
Yeah.
He looks like he'll get high with children.
Yeah.
That's Shivani.
He definitely looks like the guy who sells pot to 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
That's not what I see. Shivani got that. I'm still calling the cops bud face.
Yeah, hey, that look is universal.
Shivani looks like if Al Borland from Home Improvement committed a crime and you need a police lineup, he would be one of the guys in that police lineup.
All right.
That man said Home Improvement.
Yeah, I agree. All right, moving on.
Moving on. Jurassic Express taking on Cole Cabana, 5 and 10 from the Dark Order, in a 6-man tag match.
Oh, Drew.
Yeah.
Before you finish, I just want to let you know I'm ready this week. You're not gonna give me this time, but go ahead.
For what?
Just go ahead. Just finish. I'm ready.
Okay. Well, we got Jurassic Express going over the Dark Order. This was again an okay match. Next match we got Pac taking on the Butcher. Pac got the win. This was during the time where Eddie Kingston was doing commentary. They were hyping up the fact that Rey Fenix is going to be challenged for the AEW Championship at the New Year's Bash against Kenny Omega. Next thing we got is Kip Sabian, Penelope Ford, and Miro announcing the wedding date. They announced it's going to be February 3rd at Beach Break. At this point, they showed that they had jumped Best Friends, and then they show Trent Beretta being taken away in an ambulance. This is due to the fact that he was legitimately injured during training. So Trent is off TV for the extended future. So I'm not sure how this is going to play into, Best Friends. If this means that Chuck Taylor is going to get a singles push, that's going to really excite nobody. But, he might get a singles push now.
So, since we're getting a wedding at the next AEW pay-per-view, I'll ask, what superstar that is currently not on AEW will be in AEW come February 3rd? Because we all love a good wedding when it comes to wrestling. and you know we're going to see something that is huge because that's what they do with these.
Oh no, they're just gonna have Orange Cassidy interfere. I guarantee it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Don't you feel like that's like a huge spot wasted?
It's far too close to Royal Rumble for anyone to be like released from their contract or anything. I can't think of anyone who's not under contract who might show up.
Well, you might be right because that is a TNT show, so you might be right.
The only other person I can think of that would show up, but they're definitely not under contract or possibly released, would be Lana.
Yeah, I noticed they've got Miro in some weird spots.
I mean, he's part of this thing.
Well, I'm just saying he's not wrestling yet.
Hey, I have a quick question. Did any of you guys get gift cards for Christmas?
I got somebody a gift card.
So I did get a few gift cards.
Where? From where? Please tell.
So I got one from Amazon.
Okay. How much was that?
25.
Okay. All right. What's next?
And then the other one I got was a Visa gift card. You know, one of those Visa gift cards you use anywhere.
Okay. Can you tell us where you use that Visa gift card?
Absolutely. So me and my girlfriend, we went out to breakfast to Denny's.
I knew it. I knew it. That's
so, let me guess, Drew. You weren't in the mood for pancakes. Really didn't care for the waffles. French toast you had the night before, but you did order something. I can't put my finger on it.
I got chocolate chip pancakes.
Of course you did. Well, what are the sides?
Oh, the sides are just hash browns. Yeah, it was hash browns. I love the zip. We went home. We went out to Target. Then we went out to Hobby Lobby. We came home and I was still a little bit hungry because, you know, Denny's didn't really fill me up. So I cooked myself some ham and eggs at home.
He had to call an audible.
He definitely did call audible.
This is because I was waiting for that shit.
And I tuned in to watch Hikaru Shida take on Alex Garcia in non-title action.
Oh, of course.
Took me all year, but I finally did it.
Can we get a ham and egger getting a championship shot one of these nights randomly, please? Man. Oh, you know what? Not just any regular ham and egger. We're talking about a Christmas ham. The spiral ham.
Glazed.
I had some for Christmas, by the way. Damn good.
Yeah. Christmas ham's great.
Well, these hams are great.
You know what's not great?
What's that?
Alex Garcia. So Shida took care of her, followed by Abaddon showing up and biting Shida's neck, breaking her skin.
Yeah, that's what you want to see.
So Abaddon's fucking terrifying. There's that.
Drew, what do you think a ham and egger gets paid?
Well, I mean, according to Dylan Bostic, about $80 to $120.
Oh, okay, damn. They not even getting paid a stimmy?
Well, WWE only pays them $500.
Damn.
And I know this because that's how much they paid John Moxley on his last day there, headlining at Madison Square Garden.
Drew, I gotta ask you: Are you writing these every week?
No.
No, last week's that definitely was written. This one, nah, he was off the cuff with this one.
No, he wrote it, but he had to change it.
My man said chocolate chip pancakes with a side of hash browns. I said, how the hell are you gonna mix them two up together? I was sitting there picturing the chocolate chip pancakes with the hash brown. Like, that don't even go together.
Yeah, that don't go, bro. Nice try.
So in our main event, the Young Bucks defending their tag titles against the Acclaimed, who, if you're wondering who the Acclaimed is,
Please.
just take John Cena, clone him, and tan him.
If John Cena and R-Truth could have kids, this is what they would be.
Yep, rapping to the ring. One of them has a chain around his neck. Young Bucks did get the win. Last two matches of the night were definitely probably the best too. Overall, not their best show. But it was good.
Let me ask y'all a question. Two-part question.
Yeah.
One part is, when was wrestling tag teams only? When was tag team wrestling at its peak? And will it ever get back to that?
I think tag team wrestling was at its peak. Well, I don't think it was ever at its peak in WWE because Vince doesn't really like tag teams. I think early NWA with the Road Warriors and Rock and Roll Express and the Freebirds, these guys headlining huge shows, that was tag team peak.
I disagree. I think it was at its peak whenever they had their very first TLC.
Yeah, I was gonna say that with Dudley's, Edge and the Hardys.
But I mean, honestly, that never really headlined shows. Like, matches were built around these tag teams in the NWA.
But they still talk about that like it was a main event till this day.
Yeah, but that was one match.
Yeah, but still, that feud went on for ever. Drew, you're telling me right now, if TLC main evented, you're going home pissed?
No. Oh, God, no.
Okay.
Well, depends. If it's WrestleMania 17,
well,
Rockin' Austin was legit.
Any other pay-per-view that match is on, you're not upset.
Yeah, that card was fucking stacked. Now, mind you, if it headlined WrestleMania 2000, yeah, no, I'm going home happy as a fuck.
I just don't know why. I mean, we do have like bits and pieces here and there with like New Day and with.
Well, here's the thing: New Day is a big name tag team, but who are they feuding with? They're the only big name tag team.
I would say Usos would be my response, but
what about the Ascension?
Oh God.
The Dissension, I should say, huh?
I mean, I know we talked about him earlier, but he was funky with you. Besides those two, I mean, you were talking about tag teams, Bludgeon Brothers, or Rowan and Harper for real tag.
They didn't get a long enough run, but they probably would have been.
Because we no longer do you see those two big guys like what you saw in the early 2000s, late 90s, at least in WWE, where it was always that two big guy tag team.
I'm a guy who's never even cared about tag teams, to be honest with you.
That's because you were forced not to care. Because you watch Vince's product. And if Vince doesn't care, you don't care.
I mean, even if it was the other way around where it was nothing but tag teams, I probably would change the channel. You can't. Your match can only be but so great in a tag team format.
I hear where you're coming from, but then I look at the Acolytes and I see what they've done. Or I'll look at...
And what have they done?
They were a real good tag team. Or Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. Another good tag team. But they had to be unique. And...
Well, Billy Gunn and Road Dogg were first. They were both really good on the mic. The Acolytes, I don't know if they won any tag team championships, to be honest with you. But if they did, they didn't keep them long.
They were like, 7-time?
Yeah, they won a bunch of them.
Yeah, well, no one remembers it. Um,
I mean, I see what the Jacksons are doing on AEW, but I think AEW is trying to bring the tag team division back to prominence, and not like the effort that WWE gives to cruiserweights, but they're really like actually trying.
AEW does out let them shine a bit more for sure, but they also let them go on for a little bit too damn long. Like I don't want to see 40-minute tag team matches like I'm playing, WWE No Mercy, and I'm trying to eliminate one of them and I can't because they keep interfering. Like I don't want to see that all the time.
Yeah. I listen, I like a good tag team match. Has to be fluid storytelling. And I hope we get more of that out of AEW because I mean I think just like the big men in the NBA, where you're thinking guys are gonna get you 29 and 15 in the post and they can't shoot threes, tag teams are dead. And I mean
The tag team matches is when they're reluctant or one of them's about to break away, become champion, and they got to screw the other one over to get it. It's the only time I care about it.
yeah. Is that it for AEW, Drew?
Yeah, is that for AEW?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still listening and you're waiting for the awards tonight, what awards you ask? These awards. The 2020 No Pyro Jabroni Awards. We still have
That music is mad faint.
I don't want to blare, you know what I mean?
Nah, you ain't got to blare, but crank that. Might be necessary.
Tonight you'll see on the show Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, John Moxley. You got to be like special appearances by The Undertaker. I gotta say something. Well, you know what? I'll wait because I'm pissed at something, but I'll wait until we get to that. Let's get to Raw and let's get to SmackDown first. I mean, keep it a buck with y'all. We can really only talk about one thing, but the one thing is probably going to take up a lot of time. And Swervy and I spoke. What day was that, man? Monday?
Probably.
No, it wasn't Monday.
I'm not recalling right now.
Maybe it was Wednesday. Wednesday or Thursday we spoke. Had to be Wednesday. And we were talking about Big E. Just for like 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And Swervy just said, yeah, he's going to get the IC championship. And sure enough, Big E awarded IC champion on SmackDown by beating Sami Zayn. Are we finally getting the traditional push that has left the wrestling world, and hopefully it's now coming back with Big E? Because I hopefully think so.
I'd like to say yeah, but there's a part of me that just wants to remember that he had the IC championship before.
Yeah.
Not that you can't win it several times, but I don't want to act like this is his first time grabbing the belt because he's had it before.
Now, here's my thing. We're talking about Big E's Intercontinental title, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Why did everyone come out? Confetti coming down, they're all hoisting him on the shoulders. Why are they acting like he just won the WWE Championship?
Listen, when I saw that, I said, damn, I'm getting Lex Luger beating Hollywood Hogan.
That's what I was just about to fucking say. Like, they are celebrating for no fucking reason at all. Like, this is your D title. Like, this is This is the shit you put under your tires when you get stuck in the snow. Is the Intercontinental Championship.
I watched that whole show and I said, wait a minute, Roman's going first? Oh, all right. They made this one too damn obvious.
So that's kind of a slap in the face to the reign that Sami Zayn had, because I thought what Sami Zayn was doing with the belt was I won't say brilliant, but I'll say pretty good. And for the fact that he lost and he's like on the ring apron outside of the ring looking defeated, meanwhile 20 lumberjacks are in the ring with Big E celebrating, like you said, a B-class championship. Does that finally mean that the IC championship in their eyes is going to be brought back to prominence? Are we going to start getting open challenge matches? Are we going to have a long reign from Big E? What does this mean for his Rumble status? I mean, there's a lot of questions that have come of this victory.
I think.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
All this means that Big E won a free Grand Slam breakfast from Denny's, because that's what that fucking title is.
I think that in order to get something back to prominence, you do have to build it, right? So I don't think that Sami Zayn should feel slighted in any way as far as having it taken off and saying, okay, now we're going to do such and such. I think the whole time he was holding it, that's what they were working towards. He was doing his thing as a heel, he was great on the mic, and he had to be that particular guy that had an actual match, and it wasn't bad, in the ring. And by beating him and doing that celebration, you made Sami Zayn feel like he was a person to take down. So I think everybody actually got helped in that.
I can see that. What are you going to say, Drew?
Oh, no, I already said it.
Oh. Okay. I mean, yeah, I feel like Sami Zayn did get some type of lifting for him, but the real tell-all is going to be what he's going to be doing after. Now, if you're talking about him lasting in the Royal Rumble for 30 to 45 minutes, you can save it because no one cares. If he's not one of the final 4 that you could believe that are getting a championship shot, I really don't care about what you're doing after. My only thing is with this Big E championship is now, A, how often will he defend it in like good matches? And B, well, 2 things after that now. B, is all in those matches. And C, how long is he going to have it? Because I feel like, back to my original question, if they're going with the traditional push, after he drops that, do you know what's next?
Well, see, traditionally, you don't just have it one time. He's got to win it and lose it back a couple times. But it has to be in a meaningful feud. It has to be with the person who's either coming down from the step up they were or the next step up. So
I want to make sure too. He dropped the New Day music, right?
Yeah, I don't hear that anymore when he comes out.
Okay, he's got to drop the single next. We gotta get something different. You gotta completely separate him from New Day.
Yeah, I don't know. They're still talking about each other on different shows.
You also got to make sure that if you're going to separate from New Day, you know what you're going to do with him, and not just put him right back to where he was before New Day, because that was lifeless. All he was just, hey, he's the muscle guy.
I just thought of something in my head. Let me know if I'm an idiot for thinking this. Listen, we're almost at January. It's fantasy book season. I'm coming out swinging. Question. What brings Brock Lesnar back more? A championship opportunity or money?
Money.
Oh, money.
Is there an amount that you could pay Brock Lesnar to come back and have him face Big E?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have to decide if that's going to make the WWE money. Because if it's not going to make them money, there's no point in paying him that money.
I very well think it could. I think you have Big E go over on this because you're talking about not putting him back to where he was when he had the belt before. You got to give him somebody to face, and you got to have him go over against like a heel of heels.
I know we like overlooking this, but I'm gonna say his name one more time. Damn it, Bobby Lashley.
But
is
see, that's
still,
not a convincing win.
what'd you say?
I don't think that's a convincing win.
Between Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley?
Oh, I thought you meant Bobby Lashley against Big E.
No, no, no. At some point, they're gonna make them collide. But I'm talking about if Lesnar's to come back for somebody,
Then
because
before.
Lashley announced his name in the Royal Rumble. He was the second person to do it. So I know you keep dismissing him because he has the U.S. Championship belt. That doesn't have to be on the line or even be a factor.
You just got to remember one thing. Brock Lesnar does not get out of bed for anything less than 7 figures. So you really have to decide if we're going to pay this guy 7 figures, does it make sense to have him wrestle Bobby Lashley? Like, if you're going to do that, what are you going to do with Bobby Lashley after? Because he has to be having a big push written
Right.
and set in stone right after. Otherwise, you've thrown away $1 million for no reason.
Either he doesn't beat Lesnar and he still has the U.S. Championship and that's his cushion, or they've worked so hard with protecting the Hurt Lock that it puts Brock Lesnar out, and that's where he chooses to go out. You never know. But I mean, Brock Lesnar's not going to be, he's already limited, so he's not going to be like able to do all this forever.
The thing is that you have to have a plan for Lashley afterwards. You can't just have Brock versus Lashley and think that that's going to be a money match. I wouldn't pay for that. It's not a money match.
You know what, too? As I'm sitting here thinking, what makes more sense for Big E to be against Brock, he could avenge the loss against Kofi. They can somehow tie that into it.
But once again, that's not a money match. If it's a non-title match, like you have to have something in store for Big E then afterwards to be like, okay, it was worth paying that $1 million to now get him into money programs.
Well, Drew, it is a championship match. It's for the IC championship.
That's not fucking.
I gotta get you to buy in on it.
I'm saying like if you're just gonna have him fucking wrestle Brock Lesnar, and then the very next pay-per-view he's wrestling Sheamus as the second match, don't fucking give me that shit.
Well, no, I don't think so. Well, okay, maybe it is to give Sheamus the IC championship, and then Big E goes on to greener pastures against the Roman or Daniel Bryan or what have you. But Brock's not wearing the IC championship. Brock's taking 7, maybe 8 figures to come back to take on Big E and make Big E look strong by avenging Kofi's loss and having Big E, belly to belly Brock Lesnar for a victory. Have him beat Brock and have him be like, oh shit, he doesn't have the WWE championship, but he's still looking like King of the Hill. I'm scared of Big E.
Maybe wouldn't happen because it's too soon for Big E right now. He's not going to get that built up that quickly in order to face him.
But is he that green though?
He's not green. I'm saying I'm just talking about his stock is high enough.
Yeah, he was a tag team wrestler who, I mean, honestly, when New Day was wrestling, he was the one guy who was always tag team. He was never doing singles shit. So now that he's a singles wrestler, he does not have a high stock as a singles wrestler. You have to build that up a little bit instead of just throwing him in a match with Brock Lesnar and hoping that it makes money.
Yeah, but see, for me, and I don't know, maybe I want to speak for y'all, but you can't tell me sitting here right now watching that tag team match, whatever match he was in, he didn't look like, yo, this dude's got the best shot to go single.
That's
Even
great.
though-
That's great that he has the best shot of going single, and that's great that he looks great. But if you don't have anything creative set up to actually get him there, and you're just throwing matches together because they look like good matches, he's not going to be successful. I don't care how much money you throw at Brock Lesnar. If afterwards you have nothing set up and no creative plan, and you have no like long-term outlook for him besides just, hey, he's a big guy, that's not creative. There's no storyline, and he's a muscle guy. That's why he was stagnant before New Day. That was his whole gimmick, was he's a weightlifter. He's a bodybuilder. That's his gimmick.
well, they
So
didn't
all
go
the money you want at Brock Lesnar, that's not going to get him over.
but see, they didn't go with the logical build up for Big E, even though it was him being a heel, which was turning on Kofi. They didn't go with that. So I ask you, yes, this is like the natural maturation of a superstar with them ascending from championship to championship, and hopefully WWE championship is the pinnacle. How do you get him there?
You could put the belt on Brock and have Big E take it from him. That's how you can get it there. But to just have him wrestle Brock in a non-title match, or even a match for the Intercontinental title, makes no fucking sense when you're paying Brock $1 million a pop. It makes no sense to have him wrestle Big E for nothing. If you're going to use this as Big E's launching pad, it has to be for the WWE Championship.
I hear you.
It cannot be for the Intercontinental or for non-title. That makes no sense, because then what's going to happen is the very next month, what do you do next? Okay, he just beat Brock Lesnar. Unless that's a number one contendership match or something.
Next, he's going to fight Randy Orton because he's always the second guy.
But whatever he does next is not going to be nearly as exciting as him beating Brock Lesnar. So his stock is going to start going down.
Yeah, my issue with that would be match placement. Where, damn, you are 1,000% right, but I feel like that's WrestleMania main event 2022, where I'm like, okay, how can we get this to work in 4 months? Where Brock can get the championship, Big E can then beat him, but it's not going to work that way. I don't want to see something like that happen at Money in the Bank or Armageddon or TLC. Like, that deserves a WrestleMania main event stage if the goal is to push Big E to the mountaintop.
So here's what they do. Here's what they should do realistically, and I know that they won't, because WWE loves to work in a fashion of everything has to happen right now, right now, right now. What they should do is use this upcoming year, 2021, to slow burn Big E the way they did with Austin, where not the exact same way where he's stunning fucking his boss or anything. I'm saying a slow burn, as in he's Intercontinental champion right now. You have him be Intercontinental champion for a short period of time, maybe a long period of time, but have him be that champion and a dominant champion and bring some prestige to that belt, and then have something happen where he loses in a triple threat or something, so he keeps his heat. Have him win the next year's Royal Rumble, so 2022 Royal Rumble, and have him wrestle Brock at WrestleMania. That way, by the time WrestleMania comes around, he's in that superstar role. He's in that main event role. You've spent a year getting him there, instead of just saying in 4 months you went from being the third guy in New Day to a main eventer at WrestleMania. That I don't want that. I don't buy that.
So you see what happened to the guys that they forced too fast until you lose that steam just as quick as you got it.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to force it in 4 months. Let it slow build. Let people want it. Maybe have something where he comes close to getting a number one contender shot, or he gets a title shot but he gets fucked over, like something like that, where it's like you just want to see this belt go on this guy, but it just never happens. And then Royal Rumble comes around, he finally fucking gets that shit, and it's Brock Lesnar, and people are going to cheer for Big E over Brock, so he's going to be that babyface going into it. But if you do it in 4 months' time, it's going to collapse on itself and it's not going to last. If you let it slow burn, you're going to get a lot more out of it.
Yeah, it's just a real interesting spot that they put Big E in. I want to see how they're gonna handle this, and more importantly, realistically speaking, if he's still Intercontinental Champion by the time WrestleMania happens, please give me a classic one-on-one or a triple threat for the IC Championship. No more six-pack at Manias with this belt, please.
No.
I don't need to see that.
You don't want a 5-pack challenge
Not at all.
with Brian Kendrick?
That hurts the title so fucking much because it's just like, fuck it, let's just throw everyone at it.
Right. And you know what? If you see it based on history, you know he's dropping it to freaking Brad Maddox or somebody.
And not only that, but also what it says is you don't have to earn a shot at this belt. When WrestleMania comes around, you'll probably get a shot just because. If you want to give prestige to a belt, it's not just that the man makes a belt, but also the fact that you have to earn the shot at it. Because if anyone can get a shot at it, then, I mean, is it really that prestigious? If anyone can claim it, it's just a 24/7 belt.
Right. Breaking news. Stimmy check is going out tonight.
Oh, you read that? I know we want to say it here or not, but
So are they going to be paying us in Buffalo nickels? That $600?
No, they're going to be paying us in DZ coin chips. That currency.
Nice. That's the good shit. That's the shit that you bite down on and go, oh, can you feel the weight of that?
Yeah, I'm just saying, man.
That's a fake mustache comb right there.
2,600 tokens will probably get you a DZ bandana. Yeah, no.
$600.
Yeah. I wish I had kids.
Yeah.
You better be careful.
Well, Mr. Moneybucks, Uop Jeff and his terrible pull-out game, man, he's going to be rolling in it.
Bazinga! Oh, man. Let's get over to Raw. And we'll do one topic over there at Raw, too. Did he or didn't he? This is talking about The Miz. Did he lose the Money in the Bank briefcase? Or didn't he?
At this point, can we just discontinue the Money in the Bank? It's fucking worthless now. The fact that you could cash in, lose, and get it back, get the fuck out of here.
Well, Drew, he didn't cash it in, bro.
He didn't get it back yet, though, right? Like officially, or did he?
I did.
Oh, he did.
There's a picture of him online with it. Yeah.
Oh
okay.
My God.
Well,
it doesn't happen on TV though, as far as I'm getting it back.
It did.
So yeah, okay. So I can confirm that me and Swerve were talking last Monday because on Raw we were watching the segment where AJ, Miz, Morrison, and AJ's fucking Stoolie, whatever his name is, they actually gave him a line to say. And oh boy, I'd rather they give him a line of Coke than give him a line to say on TV again. Please do not have him speak again. He was the one that announced that Miz never really lost the Money in the Bank briefcase to begin with, and that it was Morrison. But the way this came out, it didn't flow. And
yeah, he might as well have been a great Khali if they're speaking.
It was bad. But
when you order Dave Bautista and you get Deacon Bautista.
Shit. But that at that point it was noticed that Miz never really lost the Money in the Bank briefcase. So since he got the briefcase back, what is the plan for him? And I think this briefcase doesn't get shown again until WrestleMania, where he tries to cash in. Because some people thought, like, yo, if he did lose it, I'll buy into Morrison versus Miz at Mania, which I would have bought into. But I don't think that's happening now. Is McIntyre bound to lose his championship?
You said you would have bought it to Miz versus Morrison at Mania for the title. You would buy anything if that's the case.
Oh,
Well, he does buy Apple products, so I mean that tells you that he will buy anything.
Right.
I'm a sucker for a long build. And I don't know of any other purpose to bring Morrison back than a long build. So if that's what they were going,
Sometimes there is no purpose when people come back.
I don't know what the hell Morrison's back for. For the slow-mo camera angle that we got for his entrance, maybe. But yeah, that's I honestly I'd rather Morrison over at AEW, where I think he'll get a lot more shine. But be that as it may, he's stuck over here in Greenwich. And yeah, I would have bought that. But now that I don't think that's gonna happen, maybe once Mania is over, his contract will expire. If it even expires then, he can go somewhere else. But I truly don't care for him now. Now that Miz has got the briefcase back. Maybe he can help Miz get the championship. I don't know. You guys think he's gonna cash in?
I just like we're prolonging the inevitable, but if they this is still a thing only because they probably don't know how to get the belt off Drew and make him look strong.
Yeah.
I honestly just feel like this is just creative being rewritten every fucking week. And it's just like we need to put this money in the bank back on him because we didn't mean to take it off him in the first place.
I think we can agree on one thing. If he does win it, he is without a doubt a transitional champion.
Oh, he is such a paper champion. Holy fuck. His nickname will be Loose Leaf.
Now, we started off the podcast, Swerve, and you said you going to die on the hill. Is this the hill you talking about?
No. I'm talking about during the awards.
Yeah, I think he's talking about during the Jabronies.
I'm talking about injury for the awards. I don't care about this stuff.
The lack of respect you got from my man Miz, I ain't hearing it. I can't.
This is just everyday general disrespect. I don't care about Miz. Man, get out of here. I got this all the time.
I don't know why. If you watched that promo, not yesterday's Raw, but last week, where that man was talking about how he main evented WrestleMania and how he fought John Cena, how he grinded, and how he was like the man in the back where nobody else wanted him to be the man. Miz is that boy. Stop playing with that man.
Listen, he did all those things, but he always fails to mention how he retained the belt.
Yo, wasn't he like one of the longest reigning champions?
So was JBL.
I'm just saying.
What you saying?
You ain't gonna stop playing with my man.
Anyways, who thinks Jackson Riker is the next thing?
Who the hell is that?
Whatever Elias's guy is that's already doing better than him.
Yo, I don't know why Elias. He had another one who just I thought a push was coming, and they just pushed me away from the character. I think this is a real tricky spot because WWE will get you emotionally invested in one of these acts only for them to be a part of the Royal Rumble storyline, and then they're forgotten about afterwards. Because now you're going to get about 8 or 9 stories, and they're going to come to a head at Royal Rumble, and then they're going to go away.
Yeah.
We learned that Seth Rollins is coming back. Do you guys think that Seth will come back as a face?
Well, this is an easy question to answer. He's gonna come back as a face, but what will WWE make you want him to be? I mean, want him to be though, because he's gonna get cheered when he come back.
Well, there's nobody in the crowd.
Well, they're gonna pump crowd noise, cheer noise into the audience.
I'll say face. They're running out of guys from Roman to face. And what's the point of Seth being billed as the number 2 heel on SmackDown? That Rey Mysterio shit is over with. At least I think. Maybe Big E and Seth. If he comes.
I don't know. Seth, what? Still in his 30s? He ain't coming back to put people over yet. He in his early Shawn Michaels phase. He trying to bury everybody.
Or he tries to help Kevin Owens with his Roman Reigns issue.
I don't want to see Seth Rollins be champion right now, at least.
No, I mean not right. Right now, it's not a good time because he's his. I don't. First of all, we don't even know if he's coming back with that same character, and I hope he's not. But if because he already lost his boy Murph, and you know he's probably going to be coming back with something else. So who knows?
Yeah.
Unless Dominic turn heel, become a thorn in his side, I'm with it. Let's go.
Oh, Swervy. I love the optimism, man.
Don't say my name like that again, first of all. Let me just like that.
Yo, first off, I didn't have to throw this word on there, but I'll do it for you. Pause. But I love your optimism, brother. I really do.
What? You think that Dominic ain't gonna turn heel at some point in his life?
I brought that angle up and I threw that shit in the garbage.
I don't mean on his daddy. I just mean turn heel. You kept saying on his daddy. Like that's low hanging fruit. They would do it though.
I don't know. I mean, I just want to see like I haven't seen like a real like a hard ass betrayal in wrestling in a while. That's what I want to see.
Since the Moxley, I mean not the Moxley, but the Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose thing.
Yeah, since that, I gotta see stuff like that. Like, ooh, they had to do that. That was good. I need to see that. I need to get a JR not this way. I need to get something like that. But we'll see what happens. Any early betters for Royal Rumble winner, men or women?
Not yet. I don't have anything yet.
Charlotte. She ain't back for no damn reason.
Let's talk about Charlotte. Let's first talk about a job that she had done. Not Mayor Summer Youth, not that kind of job. She didn't get some McDonald's. She ain't working there. But her nose. Let's talk about that. Swervy noticed as soon as it popped up. I saw somebody else talk about that too.
If that was the first thing that jumped out of you. I said, "What the hell's going on here?" It looked more streamlined, more aerodynamic. Now she took some of the flare out.
Yeah.
Andrade said, "Yo, man, I'm gonna need you." Andrade said, "Yo, when you giving me head, that nose is blocking the, you know what I'm saying, the progress. I need you to trim it down a little bit."
Those getting away on my shaft.
So you can get it a little closer to the base.
She's like, I don't do it because I can't breathe. Go ahead, clean that nose up one time. So yeah, she came back at TLC, won the tag team championships over Naya and Tamina, or not Tamina. What's her face? The Ace of Spades.
Doggone shame. It don't even matter who it is when she come back, huh?
Don't even matter, dog. Tamina could have been out there with just the bodysuit out there, and I would have bought it. Nobody in it, just a bodysuit. Charlotte Flair, I think, is the greatest WWE women's wrestler ever. And they want every championship offered to a woman to be put on her. I think that's the only reason why she teamed up with Asuka. But I want to see a betrayal. I want to see Charlotte against Asuka at WrestleMania. Now,
how do you want to see this?
I want it to be a better match than their first one. But
she's already been clean sweeped her about 3 times already.
Well, you talking about she gonna win the Royal Rumble, dude. So what the fuck you gonna have her do? Fight Sasha?
I don't want to see her Charlie versus anybody. I didn't want her to come back.
Well, now that she's back, you know she about to be thrusted in the main position.
Yeah, I do know that, but no, we got to get the belt off Asuka.
But not give it to Charlotte.
No, Charlotte can face somebody else.
So, are we gonna give it to Ruby Riott? Or no, we gonna give it to your girl Bianca?
I'm about to say, how's this Ruby Riott even there? I think Bianca will get pushed, but probably after the Rumble. I don't think she's gonna get pushed during the Rumble. Not like to win, I mean.
I wonder what the lines are for women's Royal Rumble winner. But I bet you Charlotte is like plus like or minus like 150. She's the number one odds maker for winning that because it's so obvious. My question to you though is the lesser of two champions has to be Asuka, unless the WWE goes all WWE and they kill whatever build or momentum that they were doing for Sasha, which they've been known to do at a moment's notice.
I don't know. They could, because the tag team champs are allowed to go to both shows.
Right.
But like I said, she's fought Sasha even more than she's fought Asuka, so I definitely don't want to see that either.
The lazy thing to do is have her fight Asuka at Mania and have them pair up as a tag team like they already have, and then have them, lose matches, and each wrestler blames the other wrestler when they tag team. Somebody leaves the ring and the other one gets pinned, or you missed a tag, or hey, a blind tag, shit like that. Shit
I
that
think Asuka looking, dumb as always when she's in the ring with Charlotte. So that's what I don't like. I never liked this dynamic.
Well,
right now she's looking clueless, like she don't know Charlotte's going to turn on her.
Yeah, I mean, I said it when they announced her as a partner. I said, well, you can already see that. There's your match right there at Mania. But again, you could build new stars with a Rumble. Bianca Belair could win the Royal Rumble, but if Charlotte is back, not gonna happen. Rhea Ripley, I don't know if she's gonna be called up to WWE, but there's another opportunity. Probably not.
They called her before she was late.
That's true. Trying to think anything else on Raw or SmackDown that we can get to that we missed that was important. I don't have anything. Swerve, you drew anything else?
I don't know.
All right.
Well,
Well,
we do have to. But before we go in there, I do want to, I guess, ask you guys, what do you think is going to? How do you think this story between Orton and Fiend's going to culminate?
mm,
'Cause
um,
now it's just Alexa's playground, and you know,
I definitely feel like the Fiend is getting repackaged. Um, so yeah, I think that he's going to be coming back as something else, but we're going to be seeing a different character than what we normally see.
well, because Randy he basically trashed the Funhouse, right?
yeah,
So he trashed the Funhouse. He burned Bray Wyatt or the Fiend alive. Um, and now Alexa's out here doing her thing. Um, I don't know, and I don't want to predict what we're gonna get from Bray, but it'll be him against Orton again. I don't know if it's gonna be at Mania. I don't know if they're gonna pop on at Rumble, but I don't know what type of variation of a Bray Wyatt character we're getting from him. But if it's this quick, I just see him channeling his inner Mick Foley. Mick Foley being Bray Wyatt, Mankind possibly being Fiend, and maybe we'll get a happy-go-lucky character like a Dude Love, or maybe a Jack type guy. But we'll see. I'm here, and I do agree with you, Drew. I think Fiend is done.
Do we want to go on to dirt before we do our awards?
Yeah. Did you have anything else, Swerve?
no, I do not.
All right. Well, let's get dirty.
Hold on one sec.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
So on Raw, at the very start of Raw, they had a graphic as a memorial for Luke Harper, aka Brody Lee. However, that was the extent of WWE's memorial for him. Obviously, there was a few superstars that did chime in, but a lot of them behind the scenes and a lot of wrestlers outside WWE were actually very upset with the company that they only did a graphic. There was no 10 bell salute, no moment of silence, nothing like that. It was just, hey, here's a graphic. Almost a bare minimum for a guy who generally everyone backstage really loved. So there was a lot of people that were kind of shocked and kind of pissed off by that.
You know who ain't love him?
What's that?
That you know who ain't love him?
Who? Oh,
Vic.
AEW is now enforcing some of their copyright restrictions on content creators. Previously, if you made a YouTube video and you posted large portions of an AEW match, there would really be no issues. Or if you copied, being the elite for your own channel, there wouldn't really be any repercussions. But now, because TNT is getting involved, they are enforcing their copyrights, which they definitely should. They need to protect their copyrights. They need to make sure that they are kind of avoiding that, since people are just monetizing videos on YouTube with their content. Good news for Uwap Jeff, his favorite wrestler in AEW, might be seeing a return to the ring. Rio has finished up with Stardom and is just awaiting travel restrictions to lift so that she can return to AEW from Japan. So you'll be seeing Rio and her not really comprehending Japanese, I don't speak English, to return to AEW very soon. So that should be fun. And lastly,
When she get back,
what's that?
said all hell will break loose when she get back.
Yeah.
Rio's home.
Her and her 97 pounds will take that to the division. Lastly, WWE obviously is not allowing people on Twitch. However, they have decided we're going to let you do something like Twitch, but not make any money off of it. And that is Superstar Gaming Series, their own version of Twitch that will be exclusive to the WWE Network, where they'll basically force wrestlers to play video games on their network without getting any extra monetization whatsoever. So, big win for the Evil Empire. And that's all I have for Dirt.
They're forced to play games they don't want to play?
Probably.
Like, what if I don't like Skyrim?
I mean, I don't think they're going to be playing Skyrim since it's a 15-year-old game. They'll probably be forced to play games that are sponsored by WWE, so there's going to be a lot of fucking Rocket League.
Please no. No.
When it came out a while ago.
We need to get a coalition and a petition started to get a WWE game back on the market. 2K, you gotta get serious about this.
Or just give it to somebody else.
I wish they would. I don't know what the contracts look like, but damn, man. Imagine that on a PS5 or a Series X. Man. That would be dope.
I'm just thinking how terrible that online play would still be.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah. You already know what time that's going to be. Can't wait for the glitch in that one.
You think Cyberpunk is getting all this attention? Wait till they come out with another game. Woo!
Hey, we talk about games. Let's talk about games real quick. I'm in love with MLB The Show, man. I'm in love with that game. That game is on sale right now. $10. Go cop it. Game is beautiful on PS5. I watched some video about it, showing the difference with the HDR on and PS4 Pro and the HDR off on the PS5. The game is stunning. I'm in love with it. When I get done with this, my stomach is like hungry. But after I put down that food, I'm going to that MLB The Show 20. And I'm starting my franchise, Word to Drew.
Hungry for extra innings, huh, man?
Yeah, man. I played a game earlier. I won 11-2. So I might have to bump up those sliders. Even though it was my first game playing it, I still wouldn't mind, having more difficulty winning a game versus easily win one like the way I just did.
Well, one of the things that they do is they do scaling difficulty. So if you are doing good, they'll automatically start raising the difficulty. And then if you start to suck a little bit, they'll lower it automatically.
Oh, okay. Well, we can go with that thing because right now I'm on beginner.
Yeah, it starts you off there if you're on I think it's like an automatic, like a scaling difficulty or something. I forgot what they call it, but yeah, it would start you off a beginner. And then as you play, like, let's say you hit 3 of your hits, like you're not striking out or anything. Then they'll start progressing you up, and they'll tell you when they slide you up to the next thing, or like it will be like beginner plus and then rookie and rookie plus or whatever. But they'll tell you, hey, you've just been slided up because you're doing so good. So here you go.
All right. Well, we shall see. I want to start one with the Yankees, but cause that's my team. But their pitching sucks, and they started me out with Washington, and they had Strasburg, so there's that. Or Roldis Chapman, there's no Strasburg, so um, Riders Republic is the game that's coming out in February. If you have a new console, Riders Republic. That's like SSX Tricky, Dave Bears BMX, Tony Hawk, all of that combined in one. Please. I love that game so much, I might take a day off just to play it. Just throwing it out there. Right now, I'm hooked on Call of Duty. If you play Call of Duty Black Ops, I'm talking like kill confirm, team deathmatch, capture the flag, all that type of shit. I ain't talking zombies. I ain't talking Warzone. So I'm talking Black Ops. If you want Black Ops, please hit me up. Hit me up on Twitter, y'all. Hit me under the No Pyro podcast account. Say Total Mac. Here's my gamer tag. I'm on Xbox, but I will add you as an Activision friend if you're on PS5. I love playing that game. I'm actually pretty good at it. So hit me, please. I will.
Did you want to get into the awards?
Yeah.
Before we get there, did anybody see the new Wonder Woman?
No, not yet.
All right.
I did, however, see Soul.
I did watch. I got forced to watch that. Also, was forced to watch Jangle Jangle.
The hell is Soul?
Soul is the new Disney movie. It's a new Disney Pixar movie.
That's why I don't know. Okay.
It was actually really good.
Yeah.
Not quite sure if kids are going to understand it. Pretty existential, but it was really good.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Characters looked super sweet. The writing was good. Acting was the voice acting was pretty good, and a lesson in it. So I have not yet watched Wonder Woman, but Swervy, can you please confirm, is it in 4K on HBO Max?
Well, yes, I can confirm that, although I didn't watch that way. I watched via the 7 Seas.
Okay.
But I do have a man's who did watch it in HBO Max.
And it was in 4K?
Yeah.
Somebody told me it was 2 hours and 49 minutes too long.
Yeah, it was a lengthy movie.
Is this Zack Snyder?
I don't know. The only thing I know is it was like I fell asleep during the first one. This one I watched it, but it just wasn't that much better. But I didn't care for it because I guess Wonder Woman movies just don't do it for me.
Well,
But,
don't ruin anything.
No, I'm not. I wasn't giving any spoiler. I'm just saying I didn't care for it. But the general reception of this movie is that it sucks. So, and I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah, so I've heard. Yeah. I mean, I'll go back. I want to give DC a chance, but we gotta see what they're gonna do with Robert Pattinson with that Batman, and they gotta see how they're gonna tie everything together with Flash and Green Lantern and
Invasion.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping because Marvel is in they bag and they in DC's ass, so they gotta do something.
They usually are.
They tried to steal Marvel shine when Endgame happened, where it was like all the women united at the end. Now they try to come up off that shine, and Wonder Woman ain't it. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I will speak for my two cohorts. This is probably one of our favorite things to do on this podcast. Normally, award season is right around the corner, but we in our year with the No Pyro podcast, Jabronies. So, without further ado, here is the 2020 No Pyro podcast, Jabronies. Special appearances by Roman Reigns, Adi Khan, Kenny Omega, Vince McMahon, Dana Brooke, and here are your hosts, the No Pyro podcast, Total Mac, Swervy Lee, and No Chill Drew. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, third annual No Pyro podcast, Jabronies. We are here. We do this every December, the last show of the year. This has been a show we've been looking forward to for the past couple weeks. We're going to get into some real good categories. If you're unfamiliar and you never listened before, here's how this works. We have a category. We have 3 nominees. Sometimes it is 2 nominees. Sometimes it's 1 nominee. If you catch my drift, we agree in unison who should be the winner of the award. If it comes down to 3 different winners or selections, we'll argue who we feel should be the recipient of said award. Sometimes in years past, I've just backed down because I didn't think of something, or I just had to say something because I had to submit a nominee. Other times, we fight tooth and nail. It's going to be one of those ones, and I think we're going to have some laughs, some arguments, and some real good convincing going down here at the Jabroni Awards.
Or phone a friend.
Or, like we did last year, we can definitely phone a friend. The only category we do not argue is the Nathan Jones Overcome the Odds Award. That is the Hall of Fame for No Pyro. So far in the Hall of Fame that we can remember, it's Bobby Lashley from Swerve, Naomi from Drew, and I chose R-Truth last year. I know also one of our favorites, friend of the show, Kane Corbin, is in the Hall of Fame. I'm trying to think who else is in it. I can't think.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Now, before we go into the awards, did you want me to read off Abby's No Pyro Awards?
I think we should save those for last.
Sure that we save those for last?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, wait, hold on. Let's start them now because Drew read them.
All right. Yeah, let's start now. That way we can finish the show with the Jabronies.
All right.
So the No Pyro Awards. Get your tape decks ready. That's what he wrote.
I love that Drew's reading from the teleprompter.
Running gag of the year goes to the crew continually having no idea what episode they're recording.
Notice I didn't say the number on this show because I just don't know where we are.
We've been stopped saying that, I think.
Abby's best moment of the year. Challenging No Chill Drew to say a special statement to win a Sega Dreamcast.
Drew, are you playing that Sega Dreamcast?
I am not. It hasn't left my fucking car.
Oh my God. You left it out in the cold? Supposed to give it a good home.
Guest appearance of the year. No, not me. Uop Jeff taking over episode 116. You guys are overwhelmed by his presence.
Is that the one we got the most views? Is that the Uop episode?
Hold on, let me look real quick. Episode 116 was.
Oh no, it wasn't that. Then that's too later.
It was Rocket Buster.
Best wrestling conversation. Episode 88. Swervy's "I Told You So" regarding Goldberg winning over The Fiend. Worst conversation of the year. Anything to do with video gaming. That was written especially from Jim Jones.
Wow.
Best non-wrestling conversation. Episode 86. Drew's driving tickets from the same state trooper and later court appearance.
That was on Nikki Lynch.
And the last one, host of the year, Total Mac.
Let's go.
Got married during a pandemic and fell asleep during an episode. He gives the fans what they really want.
Oh man, I didn't come prepared for this. I didn't know I'd be receiving anything. I'd like to thank my couch I slept on. No. Yeah, I knew I would get nominated for something like that. You guys are funny. Jim Jones, thank you, sir. It's nice to get rewarded for doing absolutely nothing. And we appreciate you. You guys have any favorite moments from the show that you can remember during this crazy year?
This year, nothing really stands out for me per se. Because we, got into pandemic mode pretty early. And it's just kind of parted ways and had to make that shift and record in our own homes. And, it's been that way ever since now. So,
yeah,
it's been a change, but we adapted to it, and we're still going. You can't get rid of us.
I think our WrestleMania simulcast was one of our best shows of the year.
Yeah, I do too. We had to transition early as hell.
Was that the Ball Roman Roundtable?
Yep.
That was a classic. That was the John Travolta Roman Reigns combo that we all put down. Which this was early in the pandemic, and we were like, before the show went live, how the hell are we gonna get all of these different mics to work and one person not shouting over another? And it worked perfectly, which never happens. So salute to all y'all. And yeah, I agree with Swerve Andrew. I don't have a favorite. I'll go with the WrestleMania mat or the WrestleMania pod and us transitioning from, hey, I'm outside, let's get up and record this pod together in person, losing that dynamic to us hunker down in our own house and doing it this way, which has been cool, but we still haven't lost the magic, but it definitely is a different feel from doing it in person. But we're plugging, we're working. So now that we're done with Abby's awards, we'll get into the Jabronies. Now, what I will say before we start and announce our first category is Abby and Uab Jeff will be providing their own nominees. Now, us three, we are the ones who decided. We are the three judges. But little outside insight, those two Jabronies are greatly appreciated. With that being said,
you can consider these honorable mentions.
pretty much. Where do you guys want to start? Do we want to start heavy or do we want to start light?
Did we read off the categories, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
beginning of the show.
All right. Well, let's give it to him light.
sure, you pick, man. Start us off. What category should we go with?
All right.
Like
Well,
glow up of the year.
let's see. Let's go with glow up.
All right, glow up of the year. Ironically, last year's winner was Bray Wyatt. First, start us off with your nominee for glow up.
This year, I nominated a guy whom I wasn't. I guess you could say I wasn't gonna pick him or put him in the conversation until he got the magic sword from his longtime friend. Once he got that, he just got all his power, and that man is Drew McIntyre.
Okay. Drew McIntyre is Swervy's nominee for glow up of the year. Drew?
My nomination for glow up of the year is going to be the head of the table, Roman Reigns.
Wow, okay. Roman Reigns, nominee from No Chill Drew on glow up of the year. My glow up of the year is going to go also to another champion, one who persevered through a lot of bad story angles, couple botches, and a wig replacement. That's right. My glow up of the year nominee is none other than Sasha Banks.
Hmm.
Did you want me to read the other two jabrones?
Let's read that after the fact.
Okay.
So Sasha, Roman, and Drew McIntyre. The glow up of the year, that basically represents who had the best year.
The biggest improvement.
The biggest improvement, like the most improved award.
Which is exactly why your picks do not make sense.
No, my picks make sense. My pick makes a lot of sense.
No, it don't.
Are we arguing it? Because I can argue my pick.
We have to argue it. It's three different choices. Roman has been at the top of the table.
All right, so are you going to go first then, or you want me to go first?
Go ahead.
All right, well, Roman has improved both his in-ring work and his mic skills. His promo skills are top-notch now. He's actually getting the response that he actually wants. His matches are watchable. His programs are watchable. His programs are always at the top-notch of what WWE should be. It's not just throwing him in the main event. So for my pick of glow up of the year, it is because of the fact that he has improved every facet of his game by finally making that pivotal change to heel. Because nobody is quoting Drew McIntyre shit. Everybody is mentioning the head of the table. So be gone with you and your 99-cent store sword. Roman Reigns has the glow up of the year.
Well, forgive me for maybe I misunderstood the definition of glow up, but somebody who's already is glowed as maximum as they could be glowed, like a Roman Reigns, can't possibly glow up anymore when he's.
Roman was getting covered with dog food by Baron Corbin this time last year.
Oh, boo-hoo. So sorry. He was at the bottom of the card. A guy who came from 3MB to eliminating Brock Lesnar out of the Royal Rumble and winning the championship. Did any of your superstars do that?
Roman. Roman was in the Shield. Same thing.
All right. I'm going to concede my pick, and I'm going to break the tie here. I want it to be Sasha, but you guys make some compelling arguments. I have chosen who was going to win because I have to choose either your nominee or Swerve's. And I'm going to go with the man who basically came back from a disease that plagues millions, who said, I'm not going to be subjecting myself to COVID. I'm filmed the movie. Now I'm back. But now I got to go because of this disease. And I'm going to come back better than you ever thought I could. And that is going to be Roman Reigns.
I don't see how that's a glow up, but all right.
Dude, he had to leave for leukemia. I mean, you had 3MB, but I mean, like, leukemia is a little worse than 3MB.
He left at the top, bro. Drew McIntyre had never been at the top, so he got there now.
I hear you, Swerve. I
don't think you do, because you're picking somebody that's like me picking John Cena for Globe of the Year.
Well, if John Cena got leukemia, he might be eligible.
Okay. I see what type of words these going to be.
Avoid that, man.
All right. Well, the next thing that we got is the LeBron Hairline Award of the Year for the biggest recession.
Regression.
Oh, by the way, did you want me to read Abby and UAP's
yes.
for that?
Yes. Who did they have?
Okay, so Abby had bear with me. Britt Baker stating her heel turn began in January and has been nothing short of amazing to watch.
Sure.
Thanks, Half. Who
gave Bray Wyatt fun fact, Swerve insists that Andrade is going to glow up in 2020. You'll see.
Well, call that happened. All right. Thank you, guys. The LeBron James Hairline Regression, not Recession Award. Regression.
You know what the fuck I meant.
Okay. This was a real tough category for me.
Should be when you think about it.
I'm going to say the man they just killed on TV last Sunday, and I'm going to give that one to Bray Wyatt.
Why you Swerve?
You want me to go next?
Yeah.
Look, this award has to go to a man who had his money in the bank stolen.
Ooh.
It's got to go to Otis.
Ooh.
So we are going to have 3 different picks.
Oh, my God.
This one goes to a guy who came in early last year, super hot, looked to be on course to be in a championship program, was taken off TV for months, lost his first name, got his first name back, and thrown in a terrible stable going nowhere. This goes to Mustafa Ali.
I don't know. I don't know if he really regrets, because he's the leader of a stable right now.
Is that really a good thing? That's like being head janitor. No offense, Wop.
He's the leader of the stable. He's doing the mic work. I don't think it's worse than losing your money in the bank for having somebody else to play football with it, and they not even winning it. So you lost your girl and you lost your money in the bank briefcase?
Yeah, I'm going with Otis.
I mean, as soon as you said Otis, I'm like, I gotta really pitch Ali, but yeah, I gotta give it to Otis.
Gotta go to Otis. And on top of losing his girl and his briefcase, the man has been summoned back to development.
Oh.
And dear, do I even need to say Tucker's name? Like, come on.
No, you don't. All right. Let's go.
Oh, did you want to know what they picked?
Oh, yes, please. Some more AEW people. Come on.
No, this is the regression. So
Yeah, they're gonna have WWE people there.
Oh yeah, true.
so Abby has as a tie between Otis and Aleister Black.
That's good. That's good.
You know what? Those two picks hurt him the most. Like, those are his favorites. So he wasn't even trying to. Right.
Jack Tripper. Damn. And who does who up have?
Let's see. I don't think he put one in here.
Thanks a lot, who up, Jeff.
Oh, my neighbors are home.
All right. Moving on. Let's go to female superstar of the year.
Okay.
A little early, but you know, I think a consensus winner. Last year it was Becky Lynch. Drew, you want to start off your nomination?
Yep. I'm going to go with a woman who had a death grip on the women's championship. Had a heel turn that we weren't sure of, but made the most of it. Had a career renaissance. I'm picking Bayley.
Wow. Okay. Swerve.
I thought long and hard about this category because for me it was down to two women. One of them had a very long championship reign. The other gave everybody their best match they've ever been in, regardless of who they was. So, that being said, I'm going to have to award this to Sasha Banks.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, your recipient of the 2020 Female Superstar of the Year is Sasha Banks.
Wow.
I mean, Swerve just hit the nail on the head right there.
She's been consistent all the time she's been in the ring with other different people. While other folks have had ups and downs, she's maintained at a high level. Like, how can you not give it to her?
I'm not taking it away from her.
But you said Bayley, I didn't think you would go with her. But
I thought the fact that she consistently put on great championship matches and held on to that title for so long and above all else made that heel turn work. It wasn't just her same character just as a bad guy. It was a complete overhaul. Everything changed.
See, I agree with everything you said about Bayley, but I don't think her matches were consistently great. That's the only thing I disagree on.
yeah, she could legit fight Nia Jax and give Nia a match. That's what she does. She can make somebody else look real good. And she's improved in the ring herself. So I'm going to go with Sasha. Drew, you want to announce the next category?
Well, I'll let you know what the
oh yeah, you forget about the
what the balcony had to say. So Abby had for female superstar of the year, Asuka, stating she carried the women's division so far during the pandemic. And then Uwap Jeff.
Wow, he didn't choose Britt Baker?
Let's see.
Rashida. Or Sunny Kiss.
Not quite. Yeah, he does. He actually does not have. So Uap Jeff gave me a very condensed list.
Again, thanks a lot, Jeff.
But yeah, that was not one of them.
All right. What do we have next, Drew?
The next one that we have is Male Wrestler of the Year. Did you want to go to that?
No, we got a
Did you want
space.
to do Botch of the Year?
Let's do pay-per-view.
Best pay-per-view?
Right, we can do best pay-per-view, worst pay-per-view.
Okay.
Yeah. It's up to you. Best pay-per-view, worst pay-per-view.
Let's start with worst pay-per-view.
All right. I'll spark it off. Last year's winner was Super Showdown. This year, Super Showdown is my nominee. You have Bray Wyatt lose against Goldberg. For what? I hated the way that the match happened. I hated the entire pay-per-view. Just awful as a whole. No more Saudi shows, please.
Do you have something else, Swerve?
Yeah, I think I could probably top this one. I want you guys to think back to Extreme Rules this year. Think about that swamp match between Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. If that's not the worst pay-per-view, I don't know what is.
So, funny thing is, I thought of both those pay-per-views. But the jabroni for worst pay-per-view is going to WWE Super Showdown.
Drew, you still salty about that, huh?
No, I had that. I did have that fucking awful fucking Braun Strowman match too. But man, that whole Super Showdown pay-per-view. I mean, let me just pull it up right now. I mean, that overall.
And didn't it come on at like noon or some bullshit? Or 3 o'clock or something crazy like that? Like, I tell you what else, I was tussling between that and Elimination Chamber. Only because Elimination Chamber's main event with the Ace of Spades legit running through every woman superstar and winning. And that absolutely meant not a damn thing for her career.
So let me just remind Swervy, because he said something else. Let me just remind you guys of some of the highlights of WWE Super Showdown. You, of course, had Goldberg defeating Bray Wyatt in 3 minutes in the main event. You also had Roman Reigns against King Corbin in a steel cage. You had Brock Lesnar in a 1 minute and 30-second squash match against Ricochet. You had Mansoor defeating Dolph Ziggler. And you had The Undertaker winning the Tawake Mountain Trophy gauntlet match.
Oh man, yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Even with those names, that card is still bad, and that should never be.
And then they'll make you watch. They'll keep plugging it away.
All right,
And let's not forget the most important part of this. This, I believe, was the pay-per-view that WWE was stranded in Saudi Arabia immediately after.
Yeah.
Did Abby and Uat have a pick?
Oh, let me pull them up again.
This is Super Showdown's second jabroni. winning in the same category last year.
That's why, because I thought about Super Showdown, because that's always like an easy choice, but I wanted Extreme Horror Show to get it because that was terrible as well. That wasn't, the overseas thing. That was something they really tried to do and cared about, and it still flopped.
Yeah. Nah.
So, sorry. Oh, I was gonna say, so Uop Jeff did not have one, but Abby did say Super Showdown.
Okay.
We want to go on the best.
Yeah.
I'll kick this one off. For best pay-per-view, I've got Payback. I think that was when Roman came back and won the title.
Drew?
I'm gonna say AEW Revolution. This was the one that had Moxley against Jericho. It had Pac taking on Orange Cassidy in a match that I believe everyone who watched it said it was an amazing match. This was also the MJF versus Cody match, pay-per-view.
That happened this year?
Was that?
That happened this year?
Yep, this happened in,
Man.
I believe, February. February 29th.
All right. Well, I went
great.
For my selection, I went Clash of Champions, where that match that pay-per-view had Sammy against Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles in that triple threat ladder match, which I think is a contender for match of the year. That one had Asuka defeating Bayley. DQ that had Drew McIntyre against Orton in the ambulance match. And that also had Roman Reigns against Jey Uso for Reigns' first defense in that match. And that match showed the ruthless prowess of Roman Reigns and who he was as a heel. So I think that was his coming out party. That was my nomination for best pay-per-view of the year.
All right, so I'm gonna break the tie of this one here. After hearing the lineups for both of the pay-per-views, I feel like Drew's request cannot be denied.
Yeah. Yeah, when he said it, I said, damn, I forgot. Orange Cassidy and Pac match.
Yeah, that stuck out to me. And then when he said MJF and Cody, that was the icing on the cake, actually.
Yeah.
I said, damn.
Wow.
That one.
AEW step it up, getting a Jabroni. Is this their first Jabroni?
I believe so.
Wow. Okay. Clap it up let's get the clappers. Clappers to the front for AEW. Winning a Jabroni for best pay-per-view. Last year, by the way, was WrestleMania 35.
Oddly enough,
well deserved.
Sorry. No, what was that?
No, I said well deserving. Go ahead.
Abby for best pay-per-view had a different AEW pay-per-view. He had Double or Nothing, which is Brian Cage's debut. MJF beats Jungle Boy. Cody wins a TNT title. Shida wins a women's belt, and Moxley beats Brody Lee. That was also the Stadium Stampede match. And then Jeff had nothing for best pay-per-view. Jesus Christ, he sent me like a book report basically of this long ass thing, and it just has like best, like worst match, best match, pretty much, and Jabroni and Jabronette.
Again, thanks a lot, Jeff.
Somebody didn't do their homework. Sheesh.
Somebody was playing PS5.
That fucking.
Yeah, you can't even blame him on that one.
Controller on one hand, pecker in the other. You know what I mean? Frito remnants on your chest. I know how it is.
Do we want to go to best match of the year, or do we want to wait on that and go to like maybe botch of the year?
Let's go to botch.
Let's go to botch. Let me spark this one off. Last year's botch was Undertaker and Goldberg, where Goldberg speared the ring post, and Undertaker just like fed the hell up at Goldberg. This year, this happened quite recent. So you're not gonna have to jog your memory for this one. Jeff Hardy with the Swanton bomb that was not necessary, was not needed. The man damn near broke his fucking skull in half on a SmackDown match. Jeff.
Wait, so what did he do though? He missed or what? What happened? I need to refresh my memory.
He got concussed.
So but he didn't miss though?
No, he hit, but then the way he landed though, he bounced his head off the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to recall that and I can't.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
That's okay. You want me to go next?
Yeah.
I was reaching for this one, I admit. But I couldn't think of any botches. But I'm going to have to go with what was that? Hell in a Cell between Sasha and Bayley when Bayley was fumbling around with the tape. Couldn't get the chopsticks to stay up. So she just said, screw it.
I think at one point she looked at the reference and says, help me with this. For my botch of the year, my nominee will be the indie wrestler who snapped both his fucking legs during his entrance.
Can we get some video evidence of this one, y'all, please?
Right, because
I actually put it on our Twitter. Let me pull it
is
up
this
right
somebody
now.
within AEW or WWE? You just picking something from out.
This is like an indie thing.
Okay, well, you didn't say it was reaching out outside.
I mean, it's a botch of the year, so I assume that could be any botch.
Well, I can botch going down the steps outside getting my mail. I mean,
Well, I'll put it in our chat.
What, the video or?
This the Swanton bomb from Jeff. This is the Symphony of Destruction match. Oh! Kind of hard to look at. If you want to put the
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
you said, when was this on Twitter, Drew? A couple days ago?
No, this was a while back. I'm going to put it in our chat right now.
oh my God, they're constantly yelling.
Okay, it is in our Skype chat.
Let me see if I can pull this up real quick.
Hold on, I'm reviewing Max right now.
You can fast forward.
To what port?
Just hold it, and then you'll see where he is on the ring post.
Okay.
Is this Wolfpack Sting, Drew?
No.
Okay. Now let me see what you got, Drew.
Man, do immediately. He went for the pin. Hold on.
Warning message on this one.
I can't get to it.
Oh, I do remember seeing this. I don't know if we can count this. So, Mac, you pull it up yet?
Yeah, it's telling me it's restricted. It says watch on YouTube, and then it's the circling.
You gotta say I wish to proceed or something like that. That's all I had to do. You remember that guy jumping off the rope with his?
Oh, wait, okay, here we go. Oh! Oh, shit. I didn't know this dude's name. Oh, my God. This man legs did a fucking German suplex.
Man, he landed on 2 picks, man.
Oh, my God. Oh, I can't watch that again. I mean,
Well,
Says
one
he
thing
tore his ACL, MCL, ATL, VCR, and SUV.
I mean, so one thing I'm certain of is my botch isn't going to win this. But are we talking injury of the year or botch of the year? Because that guy's messed up for life.
Yeah, I mean that's a botch. Just because
I'm willing to go either way here. Who's willing to die on the hill though? Is it you, Mac? Is it you, Drew?
this is not the hill that I want to die on. So I mean, if Mac wants his win, I'll.
I just want to hear a little more from you guys. I like both of these. I think Jess was a little bit more fluid the way he, like you could see the moment that he cracked that skull, and, and you can see the life force leave. But them the 2 legs breaking is more brutal. But like, who is he? You know what I'm saying? I could just pull up any backyard wrestler and try to win it, try to win that. You know what I mean?
and my thing for nominating Jeff was like, yo, we know who you are. You can go back to the episode where we talked about this. I said the same thing I'm about to say now. Dude, we know you. We get it. We've been watching you since 98, 99. We get it.
And he's more of a professional, so he definitely shouldn't be doing that. So I'm gonna have to lean towards Jeff on this one.
Okay.
However, I wouldn't be mad if he went with Drew's because damn.
Yeah, it's nasty for sure. But I mean, if it was Psycho Sid, I pick Sid all day. But he ain't got no name.
He ain't got no name.
Well, Abby actually did have a good one. Abby's was Matt Hardy taking the needless bump of a scissor lift against Sammy Guevara at All Out, almost ended his career in life, and they finished the match.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I gotta go back and watch that one. I missed
I
that.
about that one too, but
that was where they went up on that scaffold and they did a fucking bump onto one merch table, and his head just fucking bounced off the concrete.
No regard for his life whatsoever.
No.
Swear, who did you have if you got nominee?
For what? Botch of the year?
Yeah.
Oh, we spent so long time to talk about that. You forgot about mine. I said the duct tape with Sasha and Bailey.
Oh.
It don't compare to these two, so I'm willing to concede.
All right. I just put it in for record. All right. So, just to recap, so far we've announced Glow Up of the Year. That has been to Roman Reigns. To Swerve doesn't like that. Regression is Otis, Swerve's nominee. Female Superstar of the Year, Swerve and I chose Sasha. Worst pay-per-view of the year, Drew and I chose Super Showdown. Best pay-per-view of the year, Drew chose AEW Revolution. That was a winner. And the most recent botch of the year went to Jeff Hardy Swanton Bomb against Elias in the Symphony match. Let's go to worst match of the year. Last year, that was Seth Rollins versus The Fiend, and a match that I didn't have a winner, from my memory, or it was won by pinfall in a Hell in a Cell.
You said worst match of the year? We already did that one.
We didn't do worst match of the year this year.
We did worst pay-per-view.
Oh, okay.
My nominee for worst match of the year has to go to Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio for the Eye for an Eye match, where WWE Creative tried to really shove out some bullshit to make people think that Rey Mysterio's eye really got yanked out.
Nah, you crazy, man. That was creative.
Nah,
I wasn't mad at that match.
worst match of the year, Rey Mysterio. Seth. I think because I hate Rey Mysterio
Yeah,
now,
obviously. I mean,
I'm putting in there. I will say, I don't want to die on this hill, so entice me.
well, you heard me mention this earlier. I'm going to still go with Ray and Braun Swamp match. Extreme Rules. Changed my mind.
I'm going to go with one that I also mentioned earlier, and that's going to be Bray's first murder in WWE against Goldberg at Super Showdown.
What are y'all doing to me?
Drew, you picking that just because he lost? Like, it was going to be, all his matches are garbage.
It was a 3-minute match where Goldberg barely had him up for the jackhammer and squashed a guy who they were building as a monster for months.
The match I'm picking wasn't even a match.
Mind you, if you convince me, I'll come over to your side.
Can you pull up a Street Rules Brave versus Braun in a Swamp match and see some of the stuff they were doing? Because I feel like you forgot about it. I feel like it was too earlier in the year. Where you
Was
guys
that
back to
was
how
that the first time they did the Sister Abigail shit with Alexa Bliss?
Yeah.
This is when Bray Wyatt was still Bray Wyatt, by the way.
I mean, he was feeding a little bit, but he was Bray Wyatt for this match.
You know what? I'll go with Swervy.
I'm watching it now. Bray Wyatt looks homeless as he's staring at the boat, and Wyatt just attacks him with a shovel. The worst thing about this match is the camera angles, and not just the angles. There was a incoming, outgoing video. You know how Bray Wyatt does, where there's I don't know if this is a snake or an alligator, but you see the eye of the reptile. You see children. This is bad. It's so bad. I'm having a hard time describing it as I watch.
And that should never be the case.
It's one of those edited matches.
Right. So they had a chance to make it better and still failed.
So yeah, I think we can all agree that Swervy's got this one with Bray and Braun.
All right, so what did you have, Drew, for worst match? Goldberg and Bray?
Well, I said originally Goldberg and Bray, but I am switching it to Bray and Braun. I forgot how fucking bad that was.
Yeah, it was awful.
The Peanut Gallery did have a couple different options. UOP actually put in an option for this one, so congratulations there. Worst match for him was Edge versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Too long, boring in its spots, and the commentary team did not give a fuck while this whole thing was happening. No excitement or joy.
Oh, the WrestleMania one?
Yeah, and a close second for him was Bray versus Braun.
You know what? If he was on an actual panel, he would have a chance again. I must say, because that was bad.
And Avi actually said Fiend versus Goldberg.
Avi only knows 4 wrestlers in WWE, so he's gonna, keep the same 4 people and all that stuff.
Let's switch gears. We normally do best worst. Let's switch gears for a second. Let's go to Jabronette of the year.
Oh yeah, now it's getting fun.
Let's go to Jabronette. Dana Brooke, who, not gonna lie, was like not on TV for like 9 months of the year, and all of a sudden she just popped up on TV in the month of November. And I don't know if she's here to reclaim her 3rd straight jabroni for this category, but she's on TV. Needless to say, Swervy, you got the floor.
I wonder if Batista ever hit that. But
Ask me that.
this year, I'm going with a new superstar,
Oh.
a new contender for Jabroni of the Year. This woman was in a storyline where she was being put through a table every week where it was supposed to culminate in her winning the tag team championship. Instead, she got injured and got nothing. If that doesn't say Jabroni of the Year, I don't know what does. But Lana, come on down to get your award.
Drew, I'm gonna let you finish this one off. I nominated a woman who was a tag team champion in WWE, was on photo shoots, was one of the most vocal superstars in the locker room. She, however, does not understand that we're putting on a play, that you aren't supposed to actually hit people as if you're in a real fisticuff. She was my ex. Kayfabe, of course. I have no other choice but to nominate the one I loved, Nia Jax. Nia, step on down.
Wow.
For
This was personal.
Jabroni.
Swerve, can we get a horn for that?
I don't even know if I got a horn. Oh man. Let's see what this does.
Is that Nia Jax?
Oh, that is 2020 in a fucking nutshell. So my pick for Jabroni of the Year is a woman who has spent her recent months giving Bill's Mafia a run for her money with the amount of tables she's gone through.
Oh boy.
Jabroni of the Year, Lana.
And there it is.
There's your winner.
Lana. Nia, listen, I had to, baby. I'm sorry. It is what it. You ain't win. It's like you always shit in your real life job. Like, it's all good. Much love and respect. All right, gentlemen, we've got male superstar of the year. We've got match of the year.
Well, we've also got the peanut galleries picks.
Oh, got the. You know what? I like their faction name, the Balcony.
The balcony. So Abby has given Jabroni of the Year to Zelina Vega for getting fired on her day off. And Uwap Jeff has given Jabroni of the Year. So he gave it to Brandy Rhodes, but a close second was Rio and Lana.
Wait, why did he give it to Brandy Rhodes? For getting pregnant?
The Nightmare Collective was a miserable failure. Got to go back and stay in the back. Fine looking Jabroni, but a Jabroni all the same.
Yeah. And I thought about Zelina Vega, but I was like, no, I'm not going to pick somebody who got fired. Had no control over that one.
We're clearly Abby.
I mean, she kind of did when she created OnlyFans.
And she ain't showing no cat. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't get paid, get paid. Needless to say, congratulations to Lana. So we got male superstar of the year, we got match of the year, we've got Jabroni of the year, and we've got our Nathan Jones Hall of Fame. Swervy, take us to where you want to go.
Let's do match of the year.
All right, last year was Kofi and Daniel Bryan. That stole the show from WrestleMania 35. This year, I am going to choose Bailey and Sasha Banks, Hell in a Cell. I think when you talk about match of the year, that is the match you look to. That's the match you turn to. Ups, downs, close pinfall, submissions, championship changing hands. Sasha Banks finally overcoming the heel turn, the forever championship reign that was from Bailey, side bob and all. Sasha Banks got the victory. She finally got the monkey off her back, word to Steve Young, and that was the match of 2020. Let's go home.
Drew, you can take this one next.
My next one is from AEW Revolution. I am picking Kenny Omega and Hangman Page taking on the Young Bucks for the tag titles. The entire storyline surrounding the match, the story that was told during the match, the whole will they, won't they of turning on each other for the tag team champions. I mean, Hangman Page in his own head about how, the Young Bucks have called themselves the best tag team in the world. They haven't held the belts. Hangman upset the fact that his own friends are trying to take the one belt he's ever held in wrestling away. And it was a great 30-minute match that was exciting throughout. And the champions ended up retaining it. That's my pick for match of the year.
Well, there's a clear winner here. I'm going to echo everything that Max said and more. This was my favorite match when I thought long and hard about it. It has to go to Sasha and Bailey. They really pulled out all the stops between the two of them. They made that long, lengthy, useless, in the beginning storyline pay off to mean something. And they didn't overdo it. So, match of the year goes to Sasha and Bailey.
I think if you're a wrestling fan, you really appreciated that match. And you finally said thank you for giving us what WWE normally gives us, which is WrestleMania quality matches at other bullshit pay-per-views.
Now,
So
echoing from the balcony, we did not get a best match from Nawab. We did, however, get a best match from Avi, who said that the match of the year was
Eddie Kingston versus who?
So you guys think that I go far out. He went to New Japan.
oh,
And he picked Naito defeating Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 14 to win both the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Championship. But then he threw in American Match of the Year, since none of you cared about following New Japan, Stadium Stampede.
It's a good thing he's not on the panel.
right.
Because he's just being a Richard all around.
You want to do Jabron of the Year?
Oh no. Let's. That's too early. Well, what do we got left?
We got Jabron, male wrestler and Hall of Fame.
Male wrestler?
Let's do male wrestler.
Want to kick it off?
Last year with the Kofi Kingston, I think this is a unanimous one. Well, maybe it isn't. Drew, start it off.
I am going to look down the aisle and look to the head of the table and point to the male wrestler of the year, Roman Joe Anoa'i Reigns.
You hear that, Drew? This is the category he belongs to, because I agree with you. Not glow up. It is Roman Reigns.
Wow. Wow. Okay. When I say unanimous, I thought it was going to be for the champion that is on Raw. And I thought it was going to be for McIntyre, because that's who I had. But
he glue up.
okay.
I'm still fighting that one. I don't care.
If you want to change Glow Up of the Year to Drew McIntyre, you can.
No, you guys picked it. It's in the books. I just want everyone listening, all 18 of you, to hear my plight.
Well, looking at the balcony, male wrestler of the year for Avi was
Hikaru Hashida.
John Moxley.
Oh my God. This guy. Male brawler of the year, maybe.
And who up did not have one.
Of course. What's left?
Jabron and Hall of Fame.
Well, I guess we know where we have to go. I'll announce it. Jabroni of the year. Who wants to kick it off?
I want to go last.
I'll go first.
All right.
We're going to go with a guy who got cucked out of his wife, fired on his day off, kicked off of Twitch a day after saying it's his new career, hired by a company that apparently gives a bunch of opportunities, just to literally be a bridesmaid around a bride. We are talking about Miro.
Matt, he said you going last?
I'm going last.
Okay. Drew mentioned this guy earlier in the show when he talked about another superstar beating him in under a minute at Showdown. But this guy has also been in the feud with, what's the crew name? Retribution. And normally when you're in a feud with a stable and you being the hero, you're supposed to win your matches on the way up to the leader. This superstar, however, is losing his way up to the leader. That superstar is none other than Ricochet.
Oh boy. Okay. So Ricochet and Miro are your nominees. Okay. Well, my clear winner for Jabroni of the Year is a guy who just likes to eat leather. Somebody who's stuck in their ways, doesn't understand that this isn't 1998 anymore. This guy, gainfully employed as it is, everyone loves him. But on this podcast especially, we let him have it. Because this person says things like, I don't know, let's bury some talent. And say things like, refer to non-gender people as Tay and Taya or Amy. Let's also say that this superstar stereotypes, or this person stereotypes, where this guy said, well, women generally hate each other. And let's also say that this guy is very misogynistic for his comments. It is none other than the man who slings barbecue sauce across Oklahoma. Yes, Jim J.R. Ross is my nominee for Jabroni of the Year.
Damn.
All right, we got to talk about the rules here.
I mean, good old JR. How many times did we on this podcast have a JR quote of the week?
Oh,
I mean, if it's not limited to wrestlers, I'm willing to concede.
I don't think it is. I mean, Jabron is Jabron. It's not like Jabron Wrestler of the Year.
All right.
We talked about this before. I didn't want to give it away.
If it isn't, then I'm willing to go with JR.
Yeah. I think JR has to win this one.
I'm trying to think of some more of the stuff that he said.
I don't know, but before we go into the last category, I'm invoking my right to go last on this one.
Now, the balcony does each have something for Jabron of the Year. So, and it's actually kind of funny in a funny way, but Jeff gave me a WWE and an AEW one. WWE's was Otis. AEW's he sent to me last week when he thought that we were going to be airing last week. I prefaced that because his original Jabron for AEW was Brody Lee.
Oh.
But he changed it just before we went on air to Matt Hardy. But I'm not going to let you live that down because you're playing a PS5 right now.
Abby, bro, root beer thoughts.
No, that's Jeff. Abby has WWE's idea what the fans want to see. Retribution and Raw Underground.
Underground, yeah. I just thought JR's commentary was explosive. Referring
Hall
to
of Fame.
non-gender women as, or non-gender people as women or men, pronoun and noun, stuff like that.
I wonder if she can bake biscuits.
Very misogynistic, JR. You deserve it. Hall of Fame.
Not just the Hall of Fame.
The Nathan Jones.
The Colossus of Bugger Road. Nathan Jones Hall of Fame. I don't know why my Australian is Scottish, but there you go.
Yeah, I don't know.
You two go first. Let me close this one out.
Drew, start off.
Okay. So I'm going to go with a guy who, when he was in NXT, every time that they showed him on the main roster, they showed him as a megastar in the making. And as soon as he actually came up to the main roster, they literally pushed him into a shallow grave and put dirt over him. I'm going to pick a guy who, if you're looking for ideas on the Nintendo Switch, is the best guy to go to because his YouTube channel is lit. And a guy who has been sent back to the Performance Center for reconditioning. I'm talking about Lamar Wilson himself. Keith Lee.
Oh, man.
How long you got to be on a roster to qualify for the Hall of Fame?
This year. I mean, we're looking at this year's Hall of Fame.
All right. I'm not arguing it. I just wondered what the thing was.
I mean, honestly, we have people asking us what the Hall of Fame actually means.
Well,
and we called it an experience and a state of mind. So, I mean, I don't really think the rules are a set in stone type of rules.
I know, right? Tell me about it. Abby keep asking me. I'm like, dude, you know. Go Go ahead, Matt.
All right. So, Keith Lee, that was funny. That was cute. Uh,
Oh, shoot.
This year, the category of Hall of Fame is tough. I normally have a shoe in for a winner. But this year, I don't have a clear-cut answer. With that being said, I do have a selection. My jabroni. All right, I'm sorry. My Hall of Fame winner for Jabroni Awards 2020 is somebody who just retired. He should have been retired. He competed in matches that WWE.com says was the best match of 2020. They're lying. This guy looked like sheep shit in shallow water. It was about time for him to hang it up. And needless to say, there is probably what we think is a lot of money to come back. He'll take probably a tenth of it to come back for a spot because that's how desperate I think he'll be. His name is The Undertaker. I am nominating The Undertaker for this year's Hall of Fame for the 2020 Jabronies. Taker, welcome. You're finally in the Hall of Fame, sir. Thank you.
If he comes back for another match, we're taking him out.
Well, shit, I'm about to take him out now because you know he will.
All right. Oh, well, this has certainly been a long time coming. And I'm very shocked and a little bit disappointed that I didn't hear this man's name at all during today's show. This man had breakout matches with some of the greats in the industry. And please forgive my WWE bias here. But today, we're going across the town. Today, we're going to the sole reason that I watch AEW at all. I want you to grab that fruit and squeeze it. That's right, gentlemen. Orange Cassidy. Nathan Jones Hall of Fame 2020.
All right. All right. Orange Cassidy.
It sounds like you fapping over here. Don't do that no more, man.
You tell me to grab my fruit, man.
By the way, the Balconies Hall of Fame, which, by the way, these are not official induction. This is kind of like people saying Andre Reed really needs to go into Hall of Fame. Abby says Tony Khan.
Piss myself.
And like always, Jeff does not have one. But Abby does have a description of why he wants Tony Khan in there.
Okay, I was just about to ask why.
Tony Khan, the most benevolent, glorious leader. During this pandemic, he could have closed up shop and kept things small. Instead, he brought in over 70 indie wrestlers and gave them pushes on Dark and Dynamite so they can get a paycheck. Remember Pineapple Pete? Some have become full-time signings, such as Will Hobbs, Ricky Starks, and Eddie Kingston. He also aligned AEW with NWA and has showcased their women's title. We shall appreciate what he's given the wrestling business this year.
Abby, you ruined, man, with the Hallmark actually really giving the real description. Make me feel bad for laughing at you. Damn. All right. Yeah, that's cool, Tony Khan. I really didn't want to pick Undertaker. This year was hard for me. There's no clear cut winner, no clear cut nominee for Hall of Fame.
I had my pick 6 months ago.
Oh man, okay. So this year's Hall of Fame award recipients, Drew, who was yours again?
Mine was Keith Lee.
Keith Lee is the No Chill Drew recipient in the Hall of Fame. I went with The Undertaker. And Swervy Lee went with Orange Cassidy. Last year was Bobby Lashley, R-Truth, and Naomi. So there it is. All right. Any snubs?
Yeah. The glow up got snubbed.
Oh my God.
You're going to hear about this on Twitter.
Oh my God. Well, that was the Jabronies in the books for 2020. Hope you all have fun. I did. Shout out to Otis for regression. I didn't see that one coming. And the backyard wrestler, Drew, next episode you gotta give us an update on his legs, because damn, that look crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're fucked.
Yeah. All right. Before we get the hell up out of here, 2020. Again, 2 days away. We about this bitch. Any wishful thinking for 2021? Anybody?
It actually turns into 2021 and not 2020 Part 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Oh well, yeah. I hope so too.
My wishful thinking for 2021 is just trying to make it there.
You said just trying to do what?
Just trying to make it there.
Big facts. We lost a lot in this year. From things to what we thought were luxuries in everyday living, to lives, to ourselves at some point. Sanity, no pun intended. But yeah, crazy ass year that no one saw coming. This all started on my birthday. So my gift to the world was this crazy ass year. You're welcome. 2021 gonna be crazy as hell. Gonna be a lot of people outside wilding. A lot of people outside stir crazy. Just make sure you're cool, you're conscious, and you're collected, and whatever the hell you're doing. And most importantly, you're being safe.
We ride stimmies. We ride stimmies.
I saw a chicken buddy on my brother's door. Fam, I see you got the 600, dog. I know you, and you got kids. You got like 1,800. Give me my money. I want to end this podcast off by saying thank you to all our listeners. Please, I ask of you for the last time in 2020 to subscribe to YouTube. We need you to subscribe. We are giving away a prize on YouTube. Subscribe. Keep listening on SoundCloud and like us there as well. Follow our Twitter. Follow our Facebook, No Pyro Podcast. I want to say fuck you to Mitch McConnell for denying the 2,000, punk ass bitch. We gonna get it anyway. What else I gotta say? Thanks to my co-host for making this shit possible. Normally I'm sick as hell, but I've been in the house, so I ain't been sick. So we've been doing episodes every week. We back next week, matter of fact. January, we here.
Those next gen consoles been keeping you safe, huh?
You said what?
Those next gen consoles been keeping you safe, huh?
Yeah, man. My wife's been holding it down too, giving me the space that I need to do what I do when I do it how I do it for TV. Word to cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. No Chill Drew, anything else, sir?
I have nothing else.
Swerve Lee, anything else?
I just want to say, listen if you can, subscribe if you let you. Please go check out our Shackley's episode as well, because none of you heard it, and it's great.
It was very good. Yeah, I second that. For No Chill Drew, for Swerve Lee, my name is Total Mac. Hope you have a real good rest of your evening. Please bring in the new year safe. And if you're at home getting lit, do it safe. If you're around friends or Zoom or Skype or FaceTime, bringing it safe. If y'all got people, y'all know what it is. 6 feet, give me my distance. We about this bitch like this bum ass year.
Wear
Deuces.
the masks.